Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video, we're doing our monthly Hangout Q&A live stream thing, and hopefully everything's working. It's been a month since I did it last time, and I think it's all still the same settings, but I never really know. If everything sounds good and looks good, go ahead and let me know in the chat, and then we will go ahead and get started. Welcome to all of you who are already participating in the chat prior to me joining. Thanks for being here. And if you haven't been here, oh, we already have a super chat from Raziel. Thank you. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know if that's how people pronounce it. Keep up the amazing work, Anthony. Happy to hang out. Me too. It's nice to talk to you guys in a more casual setting. Some people think I think that I'm always the review guy. Like, yeah, I do reviews. I try to keep that pretty light though. Like people don't seem to they're not able to parse out the levity with negative critiques. It's like as soon as you say something negative, they think, oh, that guy's he's purely evil. It's not the case. So I like to chat with you guys. All right, so how this works, if you haven't been here before, and even if you have, if you need a refresher, it's just gonna be me talking to you guys, reading your chat right there, talking to the camera like a weirdo. And if you guys have questions, that's generally how this works best. I can answer questions and then expound upon that and then throw you guys questions and that kind of thing, and then we'll just bounce back and forth until the end of the night. And by the end of the night, somebody will have won a giveaway. And if you're here just for the giveaway, I suggest you don't stay, because the giveaway is a nice little bonus type thing. It's not meant to be like, I need to build the audience by doing a giveaway, and then they leave as soon as the giveaway is over. That doesn't actually build an audience. It's just fake. It's a fake building of a fake audience. I don't want that. All right, Roblox Noob gave a $4.99 super chat. Thanks for that. Didn't leave a comment though, so if you want to amend that, you're gonna have to do that manually in the chat. Okay, so live chat is rolling. Has anybody asked anything? I don't know. Hey, Randall pulled it. Hey, what's up, Randall? I'm good. I'm as good as a man with a just past 1-year-old baby. Toddler? I guess technically they're toddlers now, but it's still not a toddler. It's not toddling around. She did take her first steps on her birthday though. Well, the day after, because that's when we had the party. But still, I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well too. Okay, can't wait to hear my opinions on Metal Cooler. Okay, so the SH Figure Arts Metal Cooler. We'll switch over to this cam. I'm gonna bring this up so you guys can see. Okay, where's my mouse? There's so many monitors going. Okay, all right, I want to bring this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna do this for a second. So Metal Cooler, this is a good image right here. That's good enough. You guys can see everything. I am torn for two reasons. One, Metal Cooler is designed in the anime. I wonder if there's any images of the anime. I'll have to bring that up in a second. It was basically drawn to look like Chrome. Of course, they're not going to have any because I typed in figure arts. Anyway, it was basically drawn to look like Chrome initially. And then as time passed, it started to have more of this green armory design. Either one is fine with me. I don't care about that. But what I am concerned with is the fact that on the shelf, a figure that looks like this, and it's not paint, it's actually like a vac metal, a chrome, that is going to be very difficult for them to execute. And so what concerns me more about them executing well is, in order for it to look like it belongs with the rest of the figures, they need to execute it extremely well. And even then, it's basically a chrome figure. Like, look at these. These are like actual shots at the show. It's going to be hard for that to blend in with the collection. It didn't blend in well in the anime, if you ask me, and it's going to be very hard for that to look like it's part of the same collection. So we'll see, but they have to execute it extremely well. I'm indifferent about the green versus the not green. There is a slight difference in the look there, but not that much. So you can see there's slight color to it, but I don't know. I'm very torn. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I do think it's overpriced like crazy, but what can you do? All right, so that was a good first topic. You're only saying that because you're scared we'll send the Hasbro goons. I don't know what that's about, but Hasbro can send any goons they want. Will San Diego, everything looks and sounds good, but where's Darwin? Darwin? Yeah, you can only see the ruler. You can see the ruler underneath the lighting over my shoulder. Darwin's not there. I didn't set him up. It's very hard to get him to stand on the softbox. It's very difficult. Hannah Sapphire, thanks. Appreciate it. If the door knocks, it might be Pinkertons. What do Pinkertons have to do with this? I'm willing to bet most people in the world, but most people in the chat don't know what a Pinkerton is. I happen to. I don't know how that has to, what that has to do with this, but okay. Anthony isn't the Mr. Beast of action figures. I don't know what that means either. What are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about? The giveaway is a booby prize. No, it's not. But like I said, don't be here for that. That's not what we're here for. That's not the point. The shirt is awesome. My shirt is awesome. JP, the toy enthusiast with a Canadian 279. Is that Canadian? I'm assuming it is. CA. I've always seen CAD. Super chat, thank you. Hey Anthony, which old Figmas do I recommend? Ghost in the Shell, SAC version, Attack on Titan. Fate has a lot of good ones. There's a bunch. Yeah, so I'm gonna miss a lot of your guys' messages, by the way. It's just the way it is. Yeah, Frida Sourswig. I probably pronounced that totally wrong. It says 12,100 yen. I'm losing my mind. 120,100. That's definitely not a number. 12,100 yen, which would be 90 to 80 bucks, but on the website it's 120. Yes. Yep, they're charging us in a way that they should not be. I don't know anything about that, Raziel, about the people having... Pinkertons don't really exist anymore. Unless there's a new group of people using the name Pinkerton, but that's not what the traditional Pinkertons were. They didn't go to people's houses for cards. I don't know. Oh man, my allergies are acting up. If you guys see me just disappear, I will have sneezed myself into the nether realm. Damn you, Kaka Carrot Cake. Hey, you've been around forever. You're one of the OGs. Well, I'm glad you like the idea. I like the idea too. Hopefully it pans out and we get to hang out and stuff. That'd be cool. I mean, hang out like monthly, and then you guys and I get to interact more. That's what I meant by the and stuff. There's no more and stuff because it's virtual. It's just a chat. Am I getting the new future Trunks? Yes, I get all of the figure arts. Dragon Ball figures. All of them. Always. Which Marvel Legends Hulk is your favorite? I'd probably just go with Face Off just because I like the sculpt, but maybe also the 2-pack one that came with Valkyrie. I like that one. Private investigators to intimidate a YouTuber? That doesn't surprise me. Hasbro sucks. But also, if the person was doing something they weren't supposed to do, it's like, well, that's what you get. And if the Hasbro doesn't do anything illegal, then that's also, you know, I can't comment on it other than doesn't surprise me. All right. Did I ever end up getting a Mezco Batman 89? No, I don't collect Mezco at all, and I'm not a huge fan of the 89 Batman. I know, blasphemous. I have no desire to own that at all, really. Oh. Am I going to get any 1/6 figures, either Hot Toys or third party, if I collect them? I do not collect them. I have a few. Actually, I think I sold them. Does anybody remember in my last sale before I moved out of Texas and came back up to Ohio, my collection purging sale, did I sell my Marvel Icons? I think I might have sold my Icons, which are 12-inch Marvel Legends, back when they were good. Otherwise, those are really the only 12-inch figures I have, other than like a few odds and ends. My opinion on the new Spider-Verse movie, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. I have no interest in it. How is my own action figure line coming along? Same as last time, still slowly and with basically no progress right now, but it will happen at some point. What sculpting clay brand or product you recommend for custom figures? Aves is how you spell the name. I've heard it's pronounced Aves. I've heard it's pronounced Avs. I don't know how you pronounce it, but Aves. My opinion on Demoniacal Fit is overpriced, ethically questionable to a degree which I am uncomfortable with. If they want to send me review samples, I will review them with full disclosure of what the product is, but I do not collect third-party things personally. Like, I don't seek them out. Thoughts on the SH Figuarts Berserk figures? I think they look really good. And I tried to get them on AmiAmi, which is a Japanese website, and Griffith sold out right away. And then Guts was just sitting there on, gonna be on sale soon, on sale soon, on sale soon, refreshing over and over again. Then all of a sudden it was just sold out. So we'll see how long it takes Big Bad Toy Store to get them in, because that's where I bought them. $10, £10, €10. That's €10 from Water Tribe Wesley. Thank you for the super chat. Hey Anthony, what are your most anticipated figures? Any tips on displaying in small apartment without making it too busy? Good question. The thing I'm looking forward to most right now is the Flame Toys Furai. I think it's part of the Furai line. Megazord, the one with the wings and the really exaggerated design. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to the Jada Street Fighter figures, but they did not send me review samples. Apparently some people got them. I was not part of the chosen group, despite my extensive Street Fighter action figure review library. Anyway, and tips on displaying in a small apartment. I would say you don't have to display everything you own. I would say less is more in most displays. And if you're trying to make it look good, then maybe, although in a small apartment, detolfs probably aren't the best choice because they're a little deep. I would say Billy bookshelves maybe, but they're less pleasing to the eye. So it's hard to say. You're going to have to kind of just play around and see what you like, I guess. I don't have anything on display at all right now, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask. Raziel with a $5 super chat. I definitely recommend you look it up after the stream. I got a lot of news coverage. It got a lot of news coverage, and people are very mad at Hasbro/Wizards of the Coast. It won't matter. It doesn't make a difference. They're too big. They don't care. That's why they do whatever they want, and people keep eating it up anyway. It won't matter. It won't matter. My girlfriend would kill for more food box reviews. Yeah. Those don't get any views at all. They're fun to do, but they get virtually no views. They hurt the channel technically, and I just couldn't keep doing them. So that's unfortunate. I enjoyed it. The people who did tune in, who did watch, the viewers who watched were very supportive and encouraging, and they enjoyed the videos, but nobody else watched, and it wasn't enough. So unfortunately, that's just the way YouTube works. Do I plan on getting the Berserk figs? Yes. Rewinded about 5 minutes. I talked about that not too long ago. Small glass shelves and lights are always clean. Well, yeah, those are good things, but it's hard to do small glass shelves. Generally, if you're going to do glass, you want to do detolfs, which I do like, but it's hard to get a cabinet with glass shelves that's not far off the wall. And like that's why I said Billy bookshelves, but you can get glass shelves for those, but then you're starting to get really expensive. So it's hard. It's hard to decide what to do as far as displays go. Have you handled or reviewed any of the 3-0 Iron Man figures? I have not. Is Marvel Legends Black Suit, Spider-Man, and Carnage worth it? Watch the review. What license would you like NECA to acquire the license for? I would like NECA to do Doom Eternal. We haven't had a good figure from that yet, and I don't even care about the game, but I would like that. So Doom Eternal, that'd be good. Also Resident Evil. There you go. I'm gonna have to go blow my nose. These allergies hit me as soon as I sat down. Your favorite Marvel video game, excluding Marvel vs. Capcom. It's probably one of the Spider-Man. Well, it was either X-Men, Children of the Atom, or Separation Anxiety, which was a Spider-Man game. I think both of those were Super Nintendo era games, if I remember correctly. I like those. Those X-Men, like top-down / three-quarter view beat 'em ups that were like 4-player. Those were fun. I don't remember what those were called. Those were good. One of them wasn't X-Men. I think it was All the People. Anyway, did you get any of NECA's The Boys line? I did not. Thoughts on the Storm Collectibles Soul Calibur 6 figures on Big Bad Toy Store? I think they look great. I'm very excited. Mitsurugi looks good. Taki looks good. I really, really want Ivy. I mean, Siegfried and Nightmare and Cervantes and Yoshimitsu. I want all of them from Soul Calibur 2, frankly. Super Action Statue opinion. Without the eBay prices. Well, eBay prices are about the same as the reissue prices at this point. I've reviewed a ton. Check my reviews. Project C28, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. NECA already made Resident Evil figures. I know. I owned almost all of them. I sold them all, and they were mostly static figures until the very end. It was just Chris and Sheva that got actually good figures. So I want them to make new ones. Contemporary ones. X-Men Legends, is that the one? Where they had like little glowing circles around their feet, and you could swap out characters if you were playing by yourself, or you could play with 4 people, or something like that. I'm not just hands. I have a whole body. Ask your mom. Anyway, the Freudian slip. What Freudian slip? Oh, yeah, the one I said about Ivy. They did Taki first. They have some stones, as they say. They're like, you know what? People are gonna wonder if we're gonna do it. Let's just do it first. Let's come out of the gate swinging and put the nipples right in the front. Right in the front, on the front of the main figure that we're releasing first. They did it. But yeah, Siegfried and Nightmare, those are my mains. I mained Nightmare primarily in the beginning, then I preferred Siegfried's moveset. Mitsurugi's okay. Cervantes is a little OP with that Psycho Crusher of his, but yeah, I want all of them. I want all of them other than Maxi. I actually mained Wong. Was it Wong? The one with the staff. I can't remember his name now. Richard Z with a $5 super chat. Thanks for the daily reviews, Anthony. Your objectivity and to-the-point approach really makes you the best at this game. Bro Buffett. Good username. Thanks. I appreciate the support. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to be as helpful to you guys as possible. And if that means being critical of bad things, that is what my job is. I'm a reviewer. I don't understand the desire, it seems, for people a lot of the time these days. They want reviews that are just like user experiences and not critical reviews from somebody who actually can talk about something technically, which is fine, I guess, but that's not as helpful because I don't really care what somebody else experienced. I want to know the truth and the facts of the matter, and then I'll decide how that's going to affect me. That's how I would want reviews to be done, so that's how I do them for you guys. JP the Toy Enthusiast with a CA699 super chat. That has to be Canada, right? I get my paycheck soon, so here's more money. I love Berserk, but it's overrated. Thoughts? Agreed. I think it's good. I do think it's overrated because of the mature nature of it. People seem to really like it or really hate it, and so that pushes people away from the middle. And so that high spot is why it's overrated, I think. Best written anime manga you've read, seen, that has figures. That's hard. That has figures makes it difficult. Because I was going to say, I always say the best anime that I have watched is, I think, I mean, without really sitting down and thinking hard, would be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But they don't have good figures. So that has figures, probably Ghost in the Shell standalone complex if I had to pick off the top of my head. Raziel with a $2 super chat. Finally got my Venom feet. Thank you again. Thank you for the super chat and for the business. I'm glad you enjoy the feet. No BS from Anthony ever. He's a top-notch reviewer and content creator and toy designer. I agree with you, Jinrai. I think you're spot on with that insightful commentary. Thank you. I know you're not a fan of Mezco's looks, but I think with the Wolverine review, I just wanted to tell you Mezco does their own spin on comic looks. I know. I know, but it has to be good, and I don't believe that was, and it wasn't executed well. Berserk is not overrated, it's masterful. It can be both. It can be masterful and still overrated. Venom feet sale. Sorry, when I talk a lot, which I have to do for these things, I hate the idea of having, I don't get this. Like, you know, some people get these little white things in the corner of their mouth. I don't ever have that, but I'm always afraid I'm going to. It's something from when I was a teacher. I never wanted to be that teacher, so I tend to do this out of habit, even though I don't get those spit things. Those are gross. Where were we? Yeah, no more Venom feet. In fact, when I do have the sale, it's going to be a very, very, very tiny amount of Venom feet available. There will be a lot of other things available, but a very tiny amount of Venom feet. I'm not making more molds for the sale, so however many I can squeak out of the molds I have, those will be up, but it's going to be a very tiny amount. So if you guys need some, you're going to have to be very quick when the sale comes around. Michio23 with a £5 super chat. I'm late. What I miss? I can literally binge your reviews of bad figures. They're so entertaining. The Arkham City Catwoman was really hilarious. Thanks for the support. If you did miss something, you can rewind it or just watch it when it goes. It'll get published after the stream. You missed a bunch of questions and answers so far. Okay, how's the progress going with your toy line? You can't purchase them anytime soon. They're not ready at all. I'm in the middle of development, and then I had a kid, which took away all my free time and mental acuity, and now there's like no progress because those were being worked on in my free time exclusively. So, Monster Venom feet next. I really don't want to do more feet. The problem with feet, and this is, it sounds like a silly thing to have considered heavily. The peg that has to go in the foot is relatively difficult to mold because of, well, it's not that hard to mold, but it tears easily in the silicone, whether you use a harder silicone. Well, if you use a harder silicone, the peg doesn't tear, but then it's really hard to get the feet out of the mold. And if you use a softer silicone, then the peg tears. Then you have to make more molds than you want to. And it's a problem because making the molds is very time consuming and it's just a pain in the ass. And it's very boring and tedious and unpleasant. So I don't know if I'm going to do more feet, at least anytime soon. Right now, there are two main things. Here's what's going to be in the sale. The next sale I have that's not... The next sale is going to be like collection purging stuff. But then the next custom parts sale, it will have a very small selection of Venom feet. Tiny, tiny quantity. It's going to have some beast heads that will be painted. Animated beast heads. It will have some Logan, Unmasked Wolverine heads that are painted, some unpainted. It will have Spawn axes, but different than the last time. It's mostly the same design, different like battle damage and scratches and things, but it's going to be slightly different. If everything goes according to plan, the eyes in the axe, the little green eyes, will glow. Not just glow in the dark, but they will glow just a little bit in the light too, once they're charged up. But then they're going to also glow in the dark, or if you hit them with UV light. So you'll have that option, you'll have a painted option, and you'll also have, there may be a few straight up transparent green glowy axes, just because I wanted to make them, and I'm guessing some people might want that. So that'll be an option. And then the other things that are going to be as part of this sale are Super Metroid style, because I prefer those designs the most, super missiles and regular missiles from Super Metroid that will work with your Figma figures. I think that's everything that's going to be in that sale. There may be... No, that's probably it. I'm thinking that's going to be it. So it's going to be a good sale, but maybe not so many feet as people were hoping. Yeah, I don't think that Buzzmod figure of Edward is that good. When I woke up this morning, did you think that you were going to... When you woke up this morning, did you think you'd be on YouTube talking about feet? Yes, because people cannot stop talking to me about the Venom feet, which I guess is good because it means I did a good job, but still not doing any more. Made too many. Hey, what's up, Randall White? Thanks for tuning in, man. Hope all is well. Dark Onan, you too. Haven't talked to you guys in a while. Glad to see you're still around. Beast heads, yes. Beast heads were my most successful item ever by a significant margin. There's not going to be a ton of them available this time, but hopefully there's enough, and then I'll have more. I'm gonna do smaller batches more frequently. That's my plan. And that way I don't have to deal with people emailing me all the time asking, when's my order gonna come in? I placed my order when you did the sale and it's still not here. Yeah, no kidding. Everybody placed their order when the sale happened. You didn't get yours yet because you waited until the last day and everybody else is going before you. That's how that works. Will you be getting the feral predator from NECA? I don't know what it looks like. I don't know. I used to get most of my NECA stuff as review samples, but now they have this company handling their review samples and they are not sending stuff as frequently at all. So that's a problem. And my local stores don't get NECA stuff in regularly at all either. So it's a problem for me in terms of reviews. Yeah, I agree with Lalem. The Buzzmod Edward is nowhere near worth the price, if you ask me. I've seen some reviews on the Jada Street Fighter figures, also the Chun-Li showed in the Unparalleled, yeah, and they look alright. They do look good. Yeah. Yeah, NECA's releasing a lot of stuff. So I think they have longer lead times from when they show something to when it actually makes it to the store. But my stores still don't have crap at all. Like, there was no haulathon stuff at my stores. The sign was up at one of them. My thoughts on Cyberpunk universe. Is that a specific thing, or are you just asking about the universe in which Cyberpunk takes place? I don't know. I like Cyberpunk stuff. I don't know if that's a specific thing, though. Will you only produce your own IP figures once you get established? Oh, no. Once I'm established, assuming that happens, that's kind of a big thing to... That's a hurdle we have to deal with before I can really say. Yeah, I want to do Street Fighter figures more than anything. So hopefully I can do that at some point. But even if I just do one-offs, I know there's a company, questionable, the reputation is questionable of the company that's doing it, but doing Earthworm Jim, I'd like to do Earthworm Jim at some point. I think I could do that really well. One-off things like that, I think would be good. They actually got Earthworm Jim and Battletoads. It's like they reached into my head and said, what would Anthony do? And then they did that, so it's kind of annoying. But anyway. Oh, Yelling Cyclops head, yes. I have a model of Cyclops' head. I actually made it in parts so that I could make his visor a separate piece for production purposes. I need to tweak it though, and I don't have the time to adjust that. So yeah, I have a Yelling Cyclops head in the works. I have a masked, like animated style inspired Wolverine head in the works. I've got a bunch of stuff that I plan to sell at some point, but the way things are going, I don't know when I'm going to get to them. Am I going to get the Ramen Racer? No, I don't plan to buy it. I'm going to see, maybe I might ask them for a review sample, though I doubt they're going to do that. But I don't have space for stuff like that. It's just too big. I have too much stuff. I'm not going to do Avalanche. The figure was too crappy. Not a big enough character either. Congrats on the family. Thanks. I appreciate it. Do I buy vehicles? You mean for toys? I mean, I do. I bought all of the McFarlane Halo stuff. And I have like some Marvel Legends things too, but generally they take up too much space, and I have just piles you can see in every part of the room that you can see. Where is it? Over there. It's just piles of stuff. So I don't know. All right. Have I seen The Last Ronin fan film? Yes, I did see that. It looked pretty cool. My fiance called to let me know you're live because I was upset I missed last time. She's a keeper. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Hey, you guys, if you actually do want companies to send me things that, like, if you, like, I only say this because a couple of people mentioned the NECA Predator review samples. Message them on social media, not message them, like tag them in a post or comment on one of their posts or something. Just say, I'd like Anthony to review this, and then maybe they'll be like, oh, well, he seems influential. Maybe we'll make sure our PR company sends him stuff. You know, that kind of stuff works. Maybe it doesn't, but it won't hurt. My Gambit head is awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. I have more of those, but painting those is a lot more work, and I don't really feel like doing it. So there may be more Gambit heads available in the future, but not right now. Thanks to your review, decided to get the Marvel Legends Death's Head 2. Good. Happy to help. Do you think Figure Arts would give us Yellow Sock outfit Android 18 where she got absorbed and new 17 and second form cell? Yeah, I think maybe not the first couple things you mentioned, but they're going to keep doing all the main things as much as they can because that's how they make money. So yeah, we'll get a Form 2 cell for sure. Have I messed around with any of the Spiro toys? No, I don't mess with independent companies at this point. Now that I am one, now that I'm working on my own, I don't want to have a perceived conflict of interest in my reviews. Although once I release, I'm still going to be reviewing everything that I review now, but you know. Am I going to review Batman Nightfall figure? Yes. If you just mean the McFarlane stuff, yes. Can you try to get a guest appearance from your brother? I don't know. Telling him to come here on a Saturday night. You mean like on a live stream? I don't know how else I could do it. Probably not. He lives like a half hour away, a little more than that. So telling him to just come over for a minute would be kind of silly. But I guess I could have him and then we could talk because he does collect. But he collects mostly hot toys. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know how that would work out, though. Oh, every time I touch my scroll wheel to catch up on chat, you guys have just posted a million things. All right. Okay. Other toy vehicles. Will you add a figure to accompany Darwin in your reviews that's equally as bad as him? Probably not, just because it makes the photos too difficult to do at the end. It's already a pain in the ass doing a Darwin photo shoot every time I do a review. They are starting to all have the same shots of him kicking someone's head off. So I don't know. We'll see. What other fighting games would you like to see Jada Toys make for figures? I don't really care. For that type of line, I don't really care. It's not like they're going to be able to do good Soul Calibur figures, for instance. And I really only care about Street Fighter and Soul Calibur. Dead or Alive, kind of, but their characters are way more generic other than like Ryu Hayabusa, Hayate. I think that was his name. I can't remember now. Like there's a couple, but eh. I sold all mine, Brian. Or Lalum. I don't know if you... Well, now everybody knows your name is Brian. Oh well. You guys still have FYEs in places? Wow. They were horrible back then, and they're charging $47 for a $30 NECA figure? That doesn't surprise me. That's probably why they all closed down around here. I agree, we should get a bulky Frieza. Have I seen the Figure Arts Spider-Verse figures? They look good, I think. Favorite iteration of TMNT? It was like 2003, 2004. They had like kind of like more superhero proportions. I like that design. I didn't actually watch that show too much because I was aging out of it, but I like the designs a lot. Not counting the live action. I always separate that from cartoons and stuff. How do I feel about Super 7 figures? I don't buy them because they're too expensive. They're too expensive for what they are from what I can tell. And I've heard that they have low QC and they're not actually very good. So I haven't purchased any. Why haven't I reviewed dioramas? If you're talking about like the ones that you can buy, they're like printed on plastic and they don't appeal to me at all. And much like the vehicle thing, they take up way too much space and I don't think they're worth it. If you have a small collection, then sure, a diorama will look really nice. It can look really nice anyway, but I don't have the desire to just stand figures in front of a diorama, or I should say a backdrop, because it's not really a diorama. And I certainly, once I do get around to displaying stuff, I have no room. I don't have enough room, even if my house was a little bit bigger, like a normal sized person house, but a little bigger, I still wouldn't have enough room to display everything. And I'm not going to sacrifice space that I could display part of my collection to fit in a diorama. That is really just to make the collection look better. It takes up too much space for me. How do you feel about the price for SH Figure Arts Metal Cooler? It is bonkers. It's too high. You think companies would be afraid of my honest reviews? Yeah, I think that's why I don't get a lot of review samples, frankly. NECA's been good over the years. Like I said, a lot of my NECA reviews have been review samples. Hasbro's Transformers people have sent me a couple things. G.I. Joe, a couple things. Never Marvel. For DC stuff, like domestic stuff, the only time I got anything that was like a review sample was when the Justice League movie was coming out, and they sent me those in advance, and it was like a promo video. It wasn't like they didn't send me them for reviews. They sent me them to do a promo video. That was Mattel. And then Bandai, like Tamashii Nations, I get some review samples here and there, but that's been next to nothing lately. And last time I messaged the guy, I haven't even heard back. So yeah, I don't get a lot of review samples. It's the consequence I pay for being honest. Because I would rather be honest and have my integrity and have you guys trust me than get free toys. I know that's not the way things are done nowadays, but that's the way I'm going to continue to do them. In your opinion, what is the best Halo action figure ever produced? It cannot be Master Chief. The best Halo figure that isn't Master Chief, well, there aren't a lot that aren't Master Chief. I mean, the McFarlane figures, there were a ton that were random Spartans, but they're all the same figure as Master Chief, really. And then if you're going to go campaign like enemies, they weren't especially good. They looked good. I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know. All right. Oh no, it jumped again. I hate the way the YouTube's chat is so annoying. Hey, Joe Sear, how's it going? You used to have a little monkey on your avatar. Now you don't. Stream quality is unmatched. Thanks. I appreciate it. I put a lot of effort into trying to figure out how to get this to work at the bare minimum state of technological quality. I know I know a fair bit about computers and stuff, but I don't do this kind of thing a lot. So every time I start doing it again, I have to research and figure out what everybody's doing and how it works. And now I'm using my DSLR, and it seems to be pretty good. Is it focused on my face properly? It seems a little fuzzy, huh? Does it seem soft to you guys? Where's the focal point? I'm just testing something real quick. Is it? Oh, I've got it. Let's see. I mean, I probably have the focal, like where it's aiming. It's probably a little low. I'll do it like this. That's probably good enough. Okay, I'm glad you like the quality. It's good to see you around. Haven't seen you in a while. Jay Woods says, Anthony, I have to know, Life of Brian or The Holy Grail? Which Python movie do you prefer? I have only seen The Holy Grail between those two movies, so I have to pick that one. I'm not a big Monty Python fan. Like, I think they're fine. Obviously, they're okay. It's not my brand, my flavor of humor. Like, it is, but not for a whole movie. If you take the individual segments, I appreciate them as standalone jokes, but for the whole movie, it's just, I think it's too much. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Rival Clans versus Street Fighter 2-packs, and the style's not exactly the same, so I don't think that would go well. Is NECA the best bang for the buck? In a lot of ways, sure. If they're making something you want, I would say it's a safe bet you're going to get your money's worth. Have you seen the announcement for the Figure Arts Berserk figures? Yes. Don't the Saint Seiya figures from Bandai have metal parts? I think they do. tell everyone how much of a disaster the Batman movie is. I could do it briefly. Even if you set aside casting, I won't even include casting because some people love Robert. What's his name? Sparkly skin. Robert Pattinson. Is that his name? Set that aside. Even though I think he makes horror. As far as Batman himself goes, that comes down to costume and choreography and writing. So I don't even count the actors as far as Batman, other than Christian Bale's voice ruined Batman. I'm not even gonna count that. The writing for that movie was so bad. Who cares if the cinematography is good? If the tone is good, if the setting is good, if the writing is horrible. But he was a detective. Great. Batman is supposed to be a detective. That's a good thing. But he wasn't good at it. And the writing for the detective stuff was so trash tier. It was like CSI Miami tier writing that it ruined the whole movie. Okay, there you go. Covered it. People are mad at me about that. I'm like, well, you know what? That's the way it goes. Every time someone says I'm wrong about that, I say, explain why. And they never do. Other than they say, well, he was a detective. He was a detective. Oh, I didn't know being a detective made your movie good. New Z Broly would be possible. Base Z Broly. I don't know what you're saying. Sorry. No, it shouldn't be soft, though. It should be a nice crisp. Let's do a test. How crisp is this? Let's test that. That still looks a little bit soft, doesn't it? I wonder if that's because of my polarizing filter being a piece of crap. Like $10 one from Amazon. It does seem softer than normal, though. Is that sharper? I'm trying to see if I set it in the wrong spot. Does that seem sharper? Because it might be focusing like down here rather than up here. I don't know. I can't tell. It does seem soft though, doesn't it? That's weird. Oh well. You guys aren't here for my ruggish good look. Ruggish. Ruggish? Is that a word? Rugged good looks. Ruggish. What an asshole. Water Tribe Wesley with a €3 super chat. Thank you. Excited for second form Frieza, your age and height. Okay. I'm going to take the first part as a statement. I will be reviewing that soon. I am 35? Yeah, I think I'm going to be 36 in a couple of months. And I am 6'5". Best Iron Man figure. I think if I had to pick, I would go with like SH Figure Arts, Mark 7's my favorite. Was it the best? It's probably the most accurate. I don't know. Go through my more recent reviews. I will have commented on that. Recent Iron Man reviews. Anthony, when you said that the Caliban body mold should be on Sabretooth, but here's the thing. I don't know if he is that tall with that body mold. If you do Jim Lee Sabretooth from the cartoon, it's sure and perfectly fine. Sabretooth was a giant in that cartoon. 3M5000 says Zoe Kravitz was a terrible Catwoman. I tend to agree. I guess some people liked that portrayal of Catwoman. I did not. I didn't like the last lady either. Big boobs. What was her name? What is her name? I can never remember her name. I know she's known for having big chesticles, but I didn't like her either. The Christian Bale Catwoman. Didn't like her either. I'm tech savvy enough to know why it looks soft, but I don't know why. I mean, I have to figure it out, and I can't do that while I'm streaming. Unless it is just the polarizing filter, but I don't think it was off before, which means it's not the polarizing filter. Why does it look that way? Yeah, Anne Hathaway, that's right. Yeah, I didn't like her either. What lighting do you use in your reviews? I have a softbox on either side. You can see one of them right here. Softbox right there. Well, you can't see the other one. It's behind right here. That one. And then there's one at the top there. So I have a top down, and then two softboxes. Each one of them has 4... I don't know what the wattage is because they're CFLs, but it's very bright. Michelle Pfeiffer is the best live-action Catwoman. I don't know that there's been a good live-action Catwoman. I don't think so. I think Michelle Pfeiffer's was okay. But, meh. I know it definitely wasn't Halle Berry. Can I explain Berserk? No. I would like to stay on YouTube, and I cannot. Actually, Berserk's not that bad. There's one scene, or maybe a couple scenes, but one that's really bad. Very mature themes. Bad guys are bad in that show. Like, very, very bad. As bad as you can get, or very close to it. So I can't get into it. But it's good. It's very well written. Mayfix is doing Nightfall Batman, but I don't know if the cape looks like the comic. Have I seen that? I think I've seen that. I don't know. I'll probably review it. If it's Nightfall Batman, I'll probably get it and review it. The Batsuit in Batman 22 didn't do it for me. I don't want a Batsuit that looks like that. If you're gonna do that kind of Batsuit, then it needs to look like the Arkham Origins Batsuit, where it actually looks armored and everything. That guy's just too little. He's just too little. Robert Pattinson, I think that is his name. He's just too little. The suit is kind of cool, but it didn't look like Batman. It looked like a fan fiction Batman cosplay. And I get why people, like, it is good looking. It is a good looking suit, but it's not what I want Batman to look like. I mentioned in my review the other day that my favorite suit was Val Kilmer. I don't think that's accurate. My favorite suit is the Ben Affleck Batman. I wasn't counting that. I don't know why. I think the Ben Affleck Batman suit and Ben Affleck, just not the movies, brought Batman to life perfectly. Like, it was so much in the spirit of the comic that's what I want. I don't want whatever Robert Pattinson's suit was. Looks cool, but not my thing. Animated Catwoman is the best. Animated every character is the best, so that doesn't really count. I don't read any manga. I don't have time to read any. I don't have time to do anything anymore ever at all. Other than I did get the Resident Evil 4 remake recently, and anytime my baby is playing in her cage, playpen, or sleeping or something, like I get a half hour at a time, I play that game, and that game is just wonderful. One of the best ever of all time. My thoughts on the Spider-Verse figures, they look good. There you go. Robert Pattinson's Batmobile sucked, says 3M5000. I agree in the same way that I agree about the suit. It's a cool thing on its own, but it's not my Batman. It's not what I want for Batman. A muscle car with a jet engine on the back is cool. No doubt. Not Batman. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Do I think Pattinson did a good job at acting? I don't know. It's hard to say if it's the actor or the writing. I don't think that movie was written well, so it's hard to say. A really good actor, I don't think can save bad writing. Honest Eagle says he doesn't understand the love for the BVS Batfleck suit. It's just plain black and gray. But that's what Batman looks like. It isn't just plain, though. It's not just spandex. There is more to it. I do think most people would prefer the upgraded suits, by the way, too. I do, personally. But that's what he's supposed to look like. Just like Superman's suit. Basically, just like the comics. Everybody liked that. Iron Man, just like the comics. Spider-Man, just like the comics. When they match the comics, they're good. They're good. Yeah, that's true. Project C28. Pattinson wouldn't bulk up for the movie. He didn't want to. Well, screw you then. Don't be that actor, or don't be that role. Don't be that actor. Will San Diego says, I thought I didn't have time with one kid, then I went and had a second one. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm too old. At 35, I know why people have kids at 25. I'm glad I'm older. It comes with some benefits. Being older, you're more stable in every way, in every part of your life. You're better equipped to take care of a small human, but you can... It's like sucking your soul. It takes your soul and life everything. Life energy, everything about everything is gone now. So it's definitely a thing to have a kid when you're 35. It's a thing. Okay, let's go on. Battinson's cowl is so awful, it's laughable. A lot of people like the collar, the thing going around here, and I guess that's cool. It just doesn't do it for me. If a company made all the bonus stage cars from the Street Fighter games, would you buy them? Probably not. Guys, if I don't answer your question, I either missed it or I've already answered it. So if you're not here at the beginning, you might want to just, like, tomorrow, go back and watch the part that you missed, and that'll probably get your answer. Do I think there's a bat chimp out there? Maybe he throws banana rings. Sure. You 3M5000. Well, I'm gonna disagree with you there. I don't think Christopher Reeve is the best Superman. I do think Henry Cavill is. And when I talk about these characters in terms of who played them best, I'm not talking about the movies they're in. Though I didn't like Christopher Reeve that much. I didn't grow up with it. I watched it after the fact, but before any of the other Supermans, and I still didn't get it. I don't care for those movies. Or him. I think Henry Cavill is perfect for Superman. I think he is absolutely the right character. Has anybody else been enjoying any new hobbies? I definitely find myself loving to collect. Lol, I'm a collector at heart. I've been getting into men's fragrances lately. Well, I'm not on that journey with you. I do have other hobbies. I've talked about them in the past. He did bulk up. He was messing with the reporter because they kept asking him about it. Bullshit! He didn't bulk up at all. Unless he was even skinnier. He's not... No, I'm not going to buy that. He might have worked out some. No, he did not bulk up. He might have put on some muscle. Thoughts on Smallville? Smallville was awful, but in the way that it was supposed to be, and I watched the whole thing. After it, actually, I think it ended just after I started watching it. I watched them all on DVD. And, I didn't buy them. It was back when I think I was getting them on Netflix's DVD program. I liked Smallville. Obviously, it was riddled with problems and was horrible CW garbage, but I liked it. How would I have redesigned the bat suit for Pattinson? I would have put a bigger person in it and not made it look the way it was, the way it looked. I think like I said, the Ben Affleck suit is the perfect Batman. I would take even the Christian Bale suit, which had the weird bubble head, like the round head with the skinny neck look because they wanted them to be able to move. Like, I'd take that over the Pattinson suit. I don't like the Pattinson suit. It does not look like Batman. Just like the car didn't look like Batman. It wasn't Batman. It was something else. My favorite Spider-Man villain, not including Venom, is... I like Green Goblin. I want to say Shocker, though. I like Rhino, too. Are we going by looks or character? I'm gonna go with Scorpion. There you go. My dream car. I like the Ferrari Superfast. Dream car, like dream car that I could potentially own someday reasonably. If it's the dream car, I don't know what car it is. It was shown off at a show forever ago. There's some crazy supercars out there, and I can't think of what it was. I think it was a Lamborghini of some kind, but it didn't look like a Lamborghini. Maybe it wasn't. Anyway, I don't know. There's crazy cars out there, but I do like the Ferrari Superfast. To answer your question, we'll go with that. Do you think it's good that movie studios have abandoned superhero costumes showing the underwear on top? They didn't do that. That happened long before the movies started happening. And no, I don't think it matters. I don't think anybody would have cared either way if Ben Affleck's suit had the black trunks or not. I don't think it matters. So the people that didn't like that it wasn't there would like it, and the people that liked that it wasn't there wouldn't. It wouldn't. You're going to get the same ratio, I think, of like and dislike. I thought the DVD division shut down a while ago. Is that just recent? I'm not going to review the Super 7 Turtles unless I get them for free somehow or like at a significant discount. Do you think Alex Ross art is easy to recreate in action figures? It's just real people. It's just realistic drawings. So yes, but they would just have to look realistic. My favorite live action superhero show, as in like a series, that's tough. I might go with Punisher. I liked Luke Cage more than I thought I was going to, but I think Punisher. I think Daredevil, none of them are perfect. I think Punisher is the most good, though. Anthony, what's your favorite section in Supernatural TV show? Also, Dean is the best. Well, Dean's character was very funny and likable, so I would just go with Dean. But yeah, the interaction between the brothers, I think, is what made that show. So I would go with that. Why is he at Hiya Toys taking so long to release the RoboCop? I'm guessing just to get it right. Travis Wilcox knows what's up about the Batman. But see, he was. See, that's the cheapest cop-out ever, Tolan. Tolan said that's the point. He wasn't Batman yet. It's his second year as a vigilante, and people are not even sure he existed. He was literally working with the cops. One, so they knew he existed. Lots of people knew he existed. I mean, insofar as everybody's always, is the Batman real? That's always a thing for Batman, no matter what year it is. And it's his second year. He was the Batman. But either way, that doesn't change. It's still a movie about Batman. They chose to make that, and it wasn't what I wanted. And it wasn't what most people wanted. And even if it was, the writing was still bad. The other things are all just superficial. The suit doesn't matter. I'm not basing the quality of the movie on the suit or the car. Those are inconsequential. Overall, those are nitpicks you can add to an argument. I could say the movie was great, but I didn't care for the suit or the car. Or I could say the movie had horrible writing and therefore wasn't that good and was an hour too long, and I didn't like the suit or the car. You see what I'm saying? So that part doesn't really matter. But it being his second year, okay, so he's bad. He's bad at solving his riddles. He's not good at the detective work, and he doesn't look like Batman, and he doesn't have the car. There's just too much going against it. Am I looking forward to Joker 2? Nope. Didn't care about Joker 1. Don't care about Joker 2. Joker movie without Batman, and the way they did the Joker movie didn't appeal to me. It was fine, like it was well enough written. For what it was what it was supposed to be. They did a good enough job. I just don't care. Man of Steel is hands down the best Superman movie ever made. Hard disagree. I don't think it was particularly good, but I don't think it was particularly bad, but I don't think it was particularly good. I think it was just average. In fact, I think all of the Superman movies are just average, equally bad and good in certain ways, so I can't pick one over the others. Yeah, I agree. The whole characterization of Bruce Wayne in those movies, I don't like any in that movie. I don't think they got any of it right, really. My favorite Spider-Man artist would be Bagley or McFarlane. I think I would go with McFarlane. Haya did try to make me sign a contract. It wasn't like particularly bad. It was just like we get to say if you can. I don't know what it said exactly. It said something, because this was a while ago. It said something like, we need rights to your videos after you publish them, which is fine. Obviously, I don't care if you share my videos. That's fine. And it said, like, they get to review. Oh, they said they could have me change things if the changes were factual, which at face value is fine. That's not like malevolent control over content. But I said no. I said, I'm not going to sign any kind of contract for reviews. If you want to send a review sample, I will review it. There need be no contract. And they kept saying, well, what if we change this? Or what if we change that? And I kept saying, nope, not going to do it. And then eventually they said, well, what if it's just a contract that says, for legal reasons, we're allowed to use your videos after you make them? So I said, okay, sure. That seems fair. I'll sign that because you could do that anyway. Anybody can. Zen Quantum with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much. It says, have you heard anything from the collecting community about Hasbro and Wizard of the Coast using Pinkertons to retrieve accidentally released cards? I heard about that tonight. In this chat. I don't know anything about it besides basically what you just said. I didn't know they were actually called Pinkertons now. Because Pinkertons that weren't private detectives, and I was told these were private detectives. So I don't know. But I heard a little bit about it. I don't know that much. Okay, Lalem asks a question. Thanks, Lalem. What are your favorite live-action DC and Marvel movies? Marvel, Iron Man 1, the first Avengers movie. Those are my top two. Iron Man 1 first, probably. As far as DC live-action movies, I'm not thrilled with any of them. I would have to say the warehouse scene in Batman vs. Superman. That's it. And I guess if I had to pick, then it would be the Zack Snyder version of the Justice League, but that's not saying much because they're all not very good. The worst Batman movie. I don't know. I don't think those bad ones that are bad ones are as bad. It'd be hard for me to pick one. I think the one with Poison Ivy and Bane is not great. Is that Clooney? I can't remember now. All that era kind of blended together. Slash, I'm glad I'm helpful. I'm glad you like the content. Would you get into Smash Bros if they put Master Chief in the raw? I am into Smash Bros. I mean, I don't play it regularly because it's not fun to play by yourself or online. That's miserable. But yeah, I've been into Smash Bros since the Nintendo 64. I am all the way in. All right. Yeah, I agree the thing about Joker without Batman, it just doesn't really make points. Makes sense. I'm reading somebody else's thing and I read the word points. Or something that looked like points out of the corner of my eye. Green Lantern is the best DC movie? I don't think so. Burton Batman flicks overrated. I don't think it's overrated. I think the Burton one... But were there more than one? How many did he do? I know the one with Penguin and Catwoman. I think that one's good. I didn't like Penguin's characterization, but it was alright. See you later, Project C28. Thanks for tuning in. Favorite lightsaber color, not counting red, gray, or black. Are there black and gray ones? I would go blue. Favorite Batmobile design. I think the cartoon one has a special place in my heart. So does the 89 Batman one, because I grew up on that, even though I'm not big on that movie. But I like the Ben Affleck Batmobile the most, I think. If I had to pick one. The Christian Bale one wasn't a Batmobile. It was just a military vehicle that he painted. I mean, that's what happened in the movie, so. Thoughts on Tekken 8? I think it'll be the one that comes after 7, for sure. And I'm guessing it's going to come before 9. If I had to guess, and it's going to feature the Kazuya family. Kazama. Kazuya is his first name. Kazama. I don't play Tekken. It's Kazama, right? Is that their last name? Whatever. I don't know. I don't do Tekken. They look good, but have I seen movies like Interstellar, Close Encounters, and Contact? Yes. I have seen movies like those, but not those. No, I've seen those. Yeah, I have. I have seen a lot of movies. My dad and I used to watch basically anything on Netflix back when they had star ratings, anything that was a 3 or higher. Anything they had, anything other than like romance, stuff like that, no. But I've seen basically every movie ever. In the last 20 years. I haven't seen as many of the classics, the old movies, not so much into that. But especially sci-fi, action, those kind of movies, I've seen just about all of them. I think. Maybe not. Do you think making bloodied versions of existing Mortal Kombat figures is ripping people off? No, because here's the thing. Remember this. You don't have to buy it. It's not a rip-off if you don't have to buy it. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, don't buy it. There's no rip-off. You can't be ripped off if you know what the price is and you know what you're getting and you have full will to make that choice. Is Yoshimitsu your favorite Tekken character? Heard you mention him before. I mentioned Yoshimitsu in the context of Soul Calibur. In Tekken, I would say my favorite character is the Big Bear. I don't know Tekken. I know some of the characters, but I don't really know Tekken that much, so I can't say. What's your opinion on Justice League, the animated series? I have those on DVD. I like those. Those are good. That's good old-fashioned cartoon watching, if you ask me. That's right, Schumacher. He did 3 and 4, and then the other guy did 1 and 2. I remember that. Smash Bros video with your brother. Loser does a 1-chip challenge. Man, I don't think that's going to happen. It's not the kind of content I make here. I won't have an audience for it. It's just like anytime I try to add new kind of content to the channel, the people who watch it love it. Like even these kind of live streams, those of you who are participating seem to enjoy it. And I get comments throughout the week looking forward to the live stream. Will there be a live stream? I like the live stream idea, that kind of stuff. But then those who don't want it, and that's the vast majority. So adding new types of content like that just doesn't seem to pan out here on YouTube, unfortunately. My favorite Batman figure, I don't know if I could pick just one overall, but my favorite classic, just plain old blue and gray suit Batman is DCSH. DC's Superheroes Select Sculpt Series 3, to be specific. Thoughts on Street Fighter 6? I'm glad that they're showing the classic costumes. I'm willing to bet those will be paid content. And I might buy the game eventually when it gets discounted like the last one did. And I got it for like $5. And it came with all the content. But I don't have time to play Street Fighter anymore. You have to practice way too much to have fun playing that game. Best Marvel Legends Venom figure, Toy Biz, the one with the button on the back. Did I see Gotham? I saw some of Gotham. I did not like it. Another Batman show without Batman. Was not a fan. Don't like the lady. What was her name? Will Smith's wife. Don't like her or her character. Didn't like Penguin. I didn't like anything about it, frankly. Alfred was okay. I didn't even like young Bruce Wayne. I thought he was annoying. I didn't like... I know it was popular. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't like it. Tekken 7 sucked and you think 8 will too? I don't know. Like I said, don't play him. I don't know. I know, was it Tekken 7 where they had Akuma fighting Kazuya? Because that was a cool thing. Thoughts on Batman Mask of the Phantasm? It's one of the better animated things of all time. I think that's right up there with the Red Hood animated movie. Yeah. Why in the hell is the new Spider-Man Gamerverse Marvel Legends $35? Because people keep paying it. You guys, you need to not buy things from Hasbro specifically if they're not worth it. They're going to keep raising prices as long as people keep paying. That's how that works. Guy Ledouche, do you own any PlayArts Kai figures? I believe I've seen a review by you in the past, but I'm unsure. Your bummed Square Enix isn't making more DC or Marvel figures. Guy, I've reviewed tons of PlayArts Kai figures. It was before my current review setup, but still. It was a review setup. I reviewed tons. I might have the most Play Arts Kai reviews out of any channel ever. There's a lot on my channel. A lot. Does my brother have a favorite 1/6 scale company? Willing to bet it's Hot Toys. Can I show more of my rival clan's figures? Asks Lolum. I don't have a ton to show, and it's only things you guys have already seen. I can show some right now briefly for those who haven't seen it though. I would suggest you watch the video on my channel homepage though. There's one that it was 3D printed, and then I took all the parts and made molds, and then I cast them in different color resin. So that's what this is. All right, and then this one is actually fully 3D printed in functional materials, although some of the tolerances aren't quite right, and like I split where the pegs go through, the pins go through on the forearm or the bicep, that kind of split. So there's another one. It just happens to be transparent. Here's parts of one. I have most of my parts sitting right here in case people ask questions. And then here's another one. These will turn into action figures that you can buy someday. Someday. And then one more. I have one more I can show. Ugh. Cat hair. And these are very early prototypes. Very early. The clear one is actually pretty much like the final sculpts and everything. The other ones are very, very early, not even close. Yes, Jinrai is right. You have to vote with your wallet, guys. You can't let Hasbro keep making crap and complaining about it, but buying it. Thoughts on the current state of Play Arts Kai? Too expensive, not good enough figures. When they were $40 to $60, even when they were starting to top out at 100 when they were closer to 12 inches, fine. But their prices just kept creeping, and the quality didn't go up and started to go down, so I had to let it go. I stopped collecting them. Are you gonna get those Bring Arts FF7 figures when they come out? No, I might have pre-ordered Strife. Cloud Strife, I mean. Strife. What scale is your rival clan's figures? They're gonna be about Marvel Legends size. So slightly bigger than 1/12 scale. Hey, you don't have to say sorry. It's your opinion, and that's okay. Stop saying sorry. I'm not apologizing for my opinion. I'm apologizing for the fact that other people are wrong, and I'm talking about it publicly. I'm joking. I'm doing it to be polite. I'm not actually apologizing for my opinion. What do I think of Godzilla vs. Kong? It was good enough. It was good enough to have Monkey versus Lizard. I think it would have been way better if Mecha Godzilla looked anything like Mecha Godzilla should have looked. I think the long arms, skinny body, just didn't look like Godzilla really. Not my thing. I want him to look more like the older. I'll show you. I'm going to go to the other screen here. I'll show you what I wanted him to look like. Hang on. All right, let me switch over. If I get to pick a Mecha Godzilla, I don't like this look here that they went with, this goofy gangly body. Don't like that. I like this look here. I'm not into this look. This look right here, or even the Ready Player One version. Let's see. Let me click on. No, don't go there. Well, yeah, you can kind of see it. That look. I like that look the most for Mecha Godzilla. But even, like I said, Ready Player One had a good version. Is that going to bring it up? It was good enough. It's not my cup of tea, but it was good enough. You get an idea. I definitely don't like the one they went with. The Player's Kai Batman v Superman line sucked. It definitely had all kinds of problems. That was toward the end of when I was getting close to not collecting them. I'm selling all my Marvel Legends. I would rather have other things in my collection. Fair enough. Happy to help, guy. 2018 Kratos NECA figure got me into collecting, and it's still my favorite figure. That's a good one. Hey, Darkness GTR. Welcome. Where'd your thing go? I scrolled a little bit and everything disappeared. I really don't like the way their chat works. There it is. Oh, it's gone again. How does I'll come back in a second. I just saw this question. How does a live stream convert into YouTube revenue? I run a channel with a couple people, but have yet to do a live stream, and with no ads during a live stream, it doesn't translate monetarily. It doesn't. Unless you get super chats or publish the video later with ads and then people watch, it does not translate to any money without ads running during the live stream. I don't know if mine runs ads. Have any of you guys seen ads? I don't know if it does or not. Where did Darkness GTR's comment go? There it is. Just saying hello. Well, hello. Thanks for tuning in. You've been around for ages, so thanks for being here. I think that Figma is overrated at this point. I think it has been for a long time. My favorite Predator biomask design. I wasn't going to pick the Jungle Hunter. I like the Scar Predator mask. With or without the scar. That design is the one I like. Any Storm collectibles I'm looking forward to. Very much looking forward to the... I almost said Storm collectibles. Soul Calibur. They both have S and C. Soul Calibur, that's the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Royal, as far as releasing different physiques for my line, there will be different physiques probably at some point, but it's just going to be too many molds to do at the start. So you're going to get like one physique where they're all like one overall physique. Like, so this guy, okay, he's got that armor and the like torn sleeves and stuff, right? And then this guy has, you're probably not gonna be able to tell. Well, maybe you can. He's got like the bio organic inserts, like that's not gonna all be flesh tone. You can see at the top of his pecs and on his biceps and things, those would be like painted parts to look like synthetic muscle fibers, but still basically the same physique. Different sculpt, same physique. And then I should just have it set up so I can show you guys the files. I don't have that set up though. They're all gonna have the same physique, but it's gonna be different sculpts. So I have the tattered sleeves, armored, like traditional type of armor cloth combo. I have another one similar to that, slightly more high-tech armor. I have two different robot bodies, and then I also have just the bare naked body. That's this one. That one doesn't have any of the synthetic fibers. And then I have the synthetic fiber body. So I have a whole bunch of different bodies that are all the same physique. And once that's successful, fingers crossed, then we'll start to add in other things. That's the plan. Ladies, big guys, little guys, all kinds of things. Do you think McFarlane would be better if it was ML scale? I don't think it would be... I don't think the figures would be better. I think I would be happier with collecting them. That scale, the 7-inch scale is fine in a vacuum, but nothing else is in 7-inch scale other than NECA, and half their properties are not in, they're like in a smaller scale, the Marvel Legends scale, and half are just things you wouldn't want to mix with Batman anyway. So I think it would be better. The whole situation would be better if they were a smaller scale, but I don't think the figures would be better. What superpowers would I want to have? I would like to be impervious, super strong, and be able to fly. Sorry for being late. Matty Boy 2000, don't worry, you made it. And that's what's really important. What's your favorite cat dad memory? I laughed so hard at the don't eat plastic moment. I don't know. I've had cats for a long time. I like the video where Fluffy's knocking my Spider-Man figures off the shelf. That's still on my channel. There's a Spider-Man collection video on my channel. They're just standing on a shelf. There should be like a blue wall in the background, I think. And Fluffy is standing up as high as he can to knock the figures down. That's a pretty good one. Will Storm Collectibles ever drop the 112 claims? I think half the figures have. Hey, it's Sponge. Sponge, I haven't talked to you in a minute in kid terminology, which means a while. Thanks for tuning in, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I think some of the figures don't say it anymore. I'm pretty sure. Do I have any visible that I can look at? The only one I can see is the Tekken 7 Devil Jin right now. Well, I can see a couple on the parts of the boxes that I can see, because I'm not getting out of my chair. Because like, what if I have a wedgie or something, and then my YouTube career is over? For the boxes I can see right now, none of them say 112 scale on them. I don't know if they're technically still advertised as it. I know at one point the Street Fighter figures used to have it on the package, and then it stopped. But it might still be on their website, so I'm not sure about that. My fiance said sounds like the twins fake Anthony. No, my brother and I are identical, but you would know the difference. If you guys have seen me before, you would tell that it's not me. We don't look like we don't have the same beard styling or the same hair. We don't talk the same. Like, you would know it's not me. If you were just going on looks and weren't familiar with what I looked like intimately, then you might get us confused. Of all my figures, which one is my favorite? I don't know. That's really, really hard to say. I like a bunch for different reasons. Some sentimental reasons, some quality reasons, some just character reasons, things like that. Hard to say. Thoughts on the New York exclusive Goku? I think that's insane that they're doing an exclusive that's to this little tiny event. Excuse me. And I want one. So I'm really hoping it ends up being a PB exclusive also. If not, I need to track one down. And if anyone out there has one they want to sell me, let me know. Yeah, the SAS figures are good, Frida. They are good overall figures. Can you show your rival clan prototypes to see how they've been holding up? Well, it's not like they've literally just been standing in the same position forever. I mean, I moved, so they got thrown into a box. They don't need to hold up though, because they're not made out of the final materials. They're not actual, like, they're prototypes in the truest sense. They're not like mold masters or paint masters or anything like that. They're not real. They're not indicative of what the action figures will be in terms of like quality. So like this one has a brass pin in the leg right here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. I didn't have I had to mold the pins. Come on, focus on the figure first. I didn't have any more of the pins handy when I was doing this. Do you see that? There's a brass tube in his leg. So like these are not indicative of what you will be buying, other than to give you an idea. That's it. Would you review new Super Action Statue FF and Jotaro? They're expensive. I do want to review more SAS figures, but they're expensive, so it's hard for me to just get everything I want and review it all at once, you know? Also, low-key, I like when Anthony brings out his noisemakers, aka hardware. They are props. I don't have them handy right now. They're props. Oh, you can see my vault case right here. One of them. They're props. McFarlane QC is terrible. $60 Batmobile missing headlights and they can't replace it, so I'm stuck with it. That sucks. I agree, Honest Eagle. Trends are weird. Trending is weird nowadays. It's like people actively try to follow trends and micro trends too. It's so strange. As soon as one thing is either like collectively revered or collectively hated, so many people just jump on a bandwagon and don't even have a reason. It's so strange. It's a really, really weird thing that's going on. How do you know a wedgie won't spike your subscriber count? It's possible, but they'd have to see it. And you guys are already here. So, and you can't comment unless you're subscribed. Therefore, I'm not getting anything out of it unless super chat started pouring in just from a nice wedgie around my taut gluteus maximus. I don't think that's something we're going to aim for, though. Yes, intimately. Intimately doesn't mean sexually. You guys are perverts. Metal Cooler is super expensive. Jay Rand with a $9.99 super chat. I've watched way too many of your videos and you've saved me a bunch of money from crappy figures. Thank you, Anthony. Well, thank you for watching the videos and for the super chat. And it sounds like you have not watched too many. Sounds like you've watched just the right amount for now, but you should keep watching. Do I still do commissions? No, I'm working on my action figure line and I do the sales of the custom parts now. Commissions take up too much time and are not profitable enough. Not profitable. Had to make money. I have to feed faces. And so, I mean, commissions are okay, like you do get paid, but I could spend, I don't know, like, well, it's not going to sound... I could spend like 80 hours working on a $400 commission. It's not like it's horrible or anything like that, but it's not good. So that's why I don't do that. Save that for my OnlyFans? Yeah, exactly. Nope, no Jada Street Fighter figures yet. Haven't found them in store and wasn't one of the chosen few to get a review sample. Not salty about that at all. With the baby looking forward to the Metroid bits after all this time. Sponge, I'm confused. I think what you're saying is you're looking forward to the fact that I'm going to be selling the Metroid parts. I'm not sure about the baby part. By the way, guys, every half hour my camera has to do a thing because DSLRs aren't allowed to work for more than 30 minutes at a time for legal reasons, because then they have to be categorized as video camera. Anyway, is that cutting out for you guys for a split second every half hour, or does that only happen, like, it should just be like a still image for a split second of video, but the audio and everything should still be coming through. Frecky for $4.99 super chat, thanks. Please review the Cyborg Spider-Woman. You can just return it after. I have never purchased something to review and then return. I have returned figures that broke or were broken that I reviewed anyway, but no, I don't want to. What would be my best advice for new collectors? I have a video. Hang on. Hang on 1 second. How do I get to my own channel without... There we go. If something starts playing, just ignore it. Oh, good, it's not doing it. I have a video. Huh. Where would I find that? I don't even know how to find my own videos. Yes, I do. Hang on a second. It's in my playlists. If I go to playlists, YouTube loves to change things around. I can't even find my own darn videos. All right, here's what we'll do. There we go. Click that. All right, I am gonna post this right here. Watch that video if you're a new collector. All right, Toolnin, $5 super chat. Thank you. I think I heard you mention that you live in Ohio. I am from Avon, Ohio, not too far from Cleveland. You're on the west side. I am on the east side. Love your channel and your honesty. Thanks. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm on the east side of Cleveland. I'm about 30 minutes east of Cleveland. If you're in Avon, you're about, I don't know what, 45 minutes, an hour away from me, something like that. Well, Avon, I know Avon Lake. I don't know. Anyway. You remember me throwing Dick Grayson in the toilet? Yes. I don't think I actually threw the figure in the toilet. I think that was an empty package. Okay. Have you stopped picking up most Mafex comic figures? I never started. I'm just cherry picking those because they're too expensive and not good enough. Mostly. I haven't had too many breakage problems from NECA. A lot of people do. I have not. As a collector, do you socialize your hobby with people IRL? I don't socialize with people IRL. Everybody I know knows what I do, though. So I don't talk to that many people. I have a few friends, obviously a wife, brother, family members. They all know what I do. It's not like I have them over and we play with toys in the bathtub, but they know what I do. So I don't know what you mean exactly by socialize. But anybody I know upset the Cavs were eliminated from the playoffs? No. I don't. Maybe. I haven't talked to them about it. It's possible, though. Hey, Jinrai, you're just south of here. I've driven through your state plenty of times. Can I review horror figures? I could, but I will not because I have no interest in collecting them. Sorry. Apple or Android? Android, because Apple's a horrible company and their products aren't actually very good. Their screens are nice, but they're overrated, overcomplicated, horrible ecosystem. Everything about Apple other than they have like good displays, I guess. I can't stand Apple as a company. Nothing they make works well. Other than if you want everything to be synced at the same time, which I don't need. Other hobbies besides toy collecting, I have hobbies. I like video games a lot. I probably like video games more than toys, frankly. They're way more interactive. If it wasn't for video games and cartoons, I wouldn't even care about collecting, probably. Maybe. I don't know, probably. Other hobbies, I like cars, I like shooting, I like building computers. That's not really a hobby, but anytime I get a chance to, I enjoy that a whole bunch. Eating. That got out of hand after the baby. I'll tell you what, if you want to gain weight fast, have a baby. If you're the one having the baby, that'll happen naturally. But if you're just the one that's involved in the process and then the baby's there and you have to take care of it and it's an incredible amount of stress and everything suddenly, you will gain weight if you are inclined to eat, and if you are predisposed to gaining weight, it will happen very easily. If I play with high-end figures in a bathtub, that's a new level of crazy. Well, you're not going to take the crappy ones in there. Jordan Portillo, hello, I'm new to a Q&A and have a question. If a character has blast effects and or weapon muzzle flash parts, should they have LED within them? I mean, yeah, that would be cool, but the problem is, even though LEDs can be incredibly tiny nowadays, you have to have a power source, and batteries are not that small if you want them to be worth anything, and I don't think they get that small anyway. So, like, ideally, you could have all kinds of things light up, but you have to have batteries somewhere, and a switch, and those can only get so small, so any small action figures, that's going to be a problem. So that's why you don't have lights in most things. And it would get super expensive. And I don't think most people are going to use them, realistically. Not sympathy, wait, stress eating. There's a difference. Eating is a hobby if you do it right. Like foodies, I don't like that term, but food can be a hobby, like cooking. I like to cook. I can cook pretty well. I enjoy eating things that taste good. Those work hand in hand. If you keep going back and forth, you get better and better at both. You get better at cooking, therefore you get better at eating. It's a vicious cycle. The PUBG streams were a lot of fun. I've been playing, well, not recently. So Resident Evil 4 came out recently. I've been playing that when I have free time. Before that, I was playing Destiny 2 because the Lightfall DLC came out. But before that, I was playing a lot of PUBG. Anytime my baby would fall asleep, I'd pop on and have a game. And it's so much fun on PC. Playing on Xbox, it's like a whole different thing. But yeah, I still like PUBG. I got into actual collecting thanks to your reviews on your review on She-Spawn, my favorite figure from McFarlane. Well, I'm glad you saw the video and it was influential. Enjoy. Did you already give your thoughts on the SHF metal cooler reveal? Very, very first thing in the video. So you can either rewind or wait until the video is published and go check it out afterwards. Anthony's rating system should include a figure box in the toilet when they are garbage. I thought about making it a funny rating system, and if you go back to when I very first started adding the ratings, I did make it slightly comedic. The problem with my channel is that I do a video every day except Wednesday. You're not going to have a joke for every video. And you can't do it half the time funny or like a quarter of the time funny and then the rest of the time not, or you can't, it just doesn't work. It needs to be consistent. At least I think so. So I just decided to make the rating system and then just add the color commentary as the figure warranted it. That's my idea anyway. What is your religion? I am a Christian. Sympathy. Oh, we already did the sympathy weight thing. We all like to eat, right? Surprisingly not. I have known people that didn't like to eat. You are looking pretty fit though, Anthony, sir. Well, I'm glad you think so. I'm wearing black and it's very dark in the room. I got down to a really, really low weight, actually not long before my baby came. Then I gained up about half of the weight I gain now total from when I was at my lowest I had before the baby, and that's where I would stay normally. But then, because I got really low, I tried to, but it was too low. It was unmaintainable. So anyway, when the baby was born, that was my ideal where I want to stay weight. And then I took what I gained from the low to there and did it again. Without even trying. And if I wasn't dieting right now, it would continue to happen. The stress thing is no joke. It's no joke. Plastia Dicto. Hey, you're a long-time viewer. Anything is a hobby if you do it the right way. I agree. I agree completely. Any chance Hasbro loses the Marvel license? No. Definitely not. They might choose to not do it anymore if they're crazy, but I don't see how. You like shooting non-functioning props? Me too. Yes. Yeah. Small plastic heroes. I've seen you around too for a long time. Yeah. I didn't. Yes, I like to take my props shooting. Yes. Seymour Bush. Hey Anthony, really enjoy your video format and I find the background to be a significant part of the reviews. As silly as it sounds, your videos are the gold standard for reviews in my humble opinion. Thank you. I appreciate it. By background, you mean the white or the white with the gray? I personally think that's a good look. It lets the figure be the focal point without being completely washed out in white or without being too dark. And I think the combo of the two-tone gives you like the horizon line. I think it works, and a lot of people seem to like it. I finally got the camera settings figured out, so my videos look better now too. But I'm glad you like it. Are we going to get a Snake Predator review sooner or later? I don't know. Go back a little bit in the video. I was talking about NECA review samples and not being able to find stuff in stores and all that kind of stuff. Do you have figures you're going to give to your child when they're old enough? No. No. I'm not giving any of my collection to anyone until I'm freaking dead. No, I'm not going to give my figures to my kid. Everything that's in my collection is in my collection. I don't want it to get destroyed by a kid playing with it. They're not meant to be played with. They could be played with, in which case if the kid likes something, I could get her one of the same thing. I'm not sure she's going to be into action figures as much as I was or am. Statistically speaking, girls are less inclined to go in that direction of hobbies. So who knows? It's possible she's fully into it because I am, or it's possible she doesn't care. So we'll see. But if she likes things, I'll just get her own. I'm not going to pull things out of my collection. That's mine. All right, where are we at? Did I ever think about traveling to Japan? Yes, I taught myself how to speak Japanese. There's more to that. Partly, I taught myself how to speak Japanese. Partly, I was doing really well. I learned the hiragana. I learned the katakana. I learned how to pronounce words. I learned a lot of vocabulary. I did a good job. I was a teacher, and I taught myself using various online media and not like anime media, like for teaching yourself a language. And I got pretty far along with the Japanese. But my life became rather hectic, and there's only so much you can do where you're, as far as learning a language, without actually speaking it, practicing speaking it. So that kind of became a roadblock. And then if you know about Japanese, they have the kanji, which is a very, very difficult thing to learn. So between not being able to speak it regularly and between having to learn how to read the kanji, even though you can get by with just the hiragana and katakana, it kind of fell off. And then my life got even more hectic. I was trying to, right before the baby, my wife and I were going to get back into learning Japanese. She was going to start and I was going to continue. And then it was like baby time. So no free time at all to learn that. Anyway, yes, I would like to visit Japan at some point. But my Japanese is no longer what it once was, and even at that point, it wasn't great. All right, where are we at? Your kid asked if you buy toys now because you only had sticks and rocks and dirt as a child. What do I think about the SHF Toby Spider-Man? I was gonna review it, but then I was like, I don't really want to pay for it, so I didn't. I don't know, I might at some point. Tips on space. Oh wait, hold on. I'll get to you in a second. I realized I missed a whole bunch. Yeah, I think that's a thing, Jinrai. The whole cortisol thing. I think that's a thing. They say when you stress out, you store weight around your belly more. And I thought, yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. I don't buy that. Yet when I gained weight, the weight that I've gained recently, it definitely focused itself from my armpits to my waist only, almost exclusively only. If you go back to when I did my action figure articulation or whatever it was video, what was that called? Articulation explanation. My face was much fatter than it is right now. And I was the same weight. I used to distribute my weight way differently. It's weird. Anyway. First review I watched on your channel was the Figma Cobra. That was a long time ago, yeah. Yeah, you've been here for a while. I remember. I see your guys' comments. I respond to a bunch of them, but I see all of them. So those of you who are around regularly, I notice you. You're being noticed. You're being noticed. Any review you look back and realize you were too harsh. Not too harsh, but I've said things that I regret that were unprofessional, and those videos are not public anymore. They are McFarlane reviews. The figures were still hot garbage trash, but the things I said, some of the things I said were not appropriate, so I took those videos, made them private. I have not seen the new John Wick. I want to, though. Do I think NECA is going turtle crazy? Yes, they are, but hey, they're selling, so... My favorite Beast Wars figure is Masterpiece Dinobot. CW Jones, thanks for the support, appreciate it. Naruto, I don't know what that is. I have not seen that collaboration statue. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it yet. I was looking for Link and Zelda and Samus for the longest time for those World Nintendo, but whatever those Jack specific figures are. Then I paid somebody to get me a Samus, and then I found 2 Samuses in the store. So they're going to start showing up. You guys will find them, don't worry. My favorite Super Saiyan transformation is Super Saiyan 3. What's low for someone that's 6'5", though? No, I was at 205, and I was pretty lean at 205. Like, I didn't look unhealthy, but it was too thin for me to maintain, and I'd have to work out a ton to put on enough bulk to not look thin. I don't want to look thin. I don't like that. I was too thin. My face looks better at that weight, but my body I don't care for being that low. I'm not like this body image person or anything like that. It's just a matter of you have to live life. I have to be on a strict diet to be that thin. And technically, I guess BMI wise, that's good, but I don't want to be that thin. Anyway, do you know why Hasbro bought Wizard of the Coast? Because so they can have more control over Pokemon. I don't think it has anything to do with Pokemon. Wizards of the Coast doesn't do Pokemon cards anymore, does it? I don't think so. And the Pokemon Company / Nintendo owns Pokemon. So Hasbro should have nothing to do with Pokemon at all. Yo, Anthony, I'm that Korean guy who used to come into your stream back in 2018. I stopped because they were now on Twitch and I tried watching them, but Twitch hates Koreans, so I couldn't. I vaguely remember. That was a while ago, and my brain is mush now thanks to the baby. But I'm glad you're here now. That's what's important. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And yeah, I had to move things over to Twitch because YouTube doesn't like if your channel's performing generally well, but then you add content regularly that's not, it screws up the algorithm. So I had to move things over. The Savage Rick, are you planning on going to Joe Fest? I am not, sorry. Thanks though, I appreciate the support. Tips on space as someone with a newborn too. I've been regulated to the garage. I have nothing other than my workroom. I have nothing displayed, nothing out, nothing anywhere. I have my workroom where I do my computer stuff here, my filming back there, and then in the basement is where I do my like molding and casting and 3D printing and stuff. So, nope, good luck. Everything in the house has been overrun by baby stuff. Playpens everywhere, diaper changing stations, all that stuff. It's no good. It's worth it though, right? Yeah. Are you blazed right now? I've never been blazed. Nope, don't do that. By the way, what are you giving away? Something. I'll be giving away something. Yeah. Say no to drugs. I've never been drugged. No drugs for me, thanks. Don't need them. I don't know if I'll ever get the standard 4 NECA TMNT figures way out of my price range at this point. Are you talking about cartoon, live action? What are we talking about, Dark? Have I played any of the Yakuza games? I have. I played the first one. Yeah, Randall, April O'Neil is their 100th cartoon turtle figure, and that's not counting video games. At least they said cartoon. I'm assuming that's not counting the video game ones or the live action ones. It's a ton. And I guess they just don't care because they're making money. So what difference does it make if they're making other things? They have slowed down a lot on Predators. They've slowed down a lot on other things, on a lot of things. But clearly they're making money, so I can't fault them for it. It does seem to be a bit much, but... Well, Guy, I'm guessing if your collection is actually worth collecting and not just a bunch of garbage, because that's what some people do. Some people are hoarders and they say they're collectors. Your collection probably will be worth something. I hope at some point, by the time I'm dead, I will have created my business and I will have a design studio where I design action figures and my company does that, and my collection will be on display in that space. So I will be leaving behind a business and my collection, and it will be all kind of like one thing. I think that would be pretty cool. But that's a lot of high hopes and pipe dreams. We'll see. Do you think Hugh Jackman should wear his comic costume in the live action movie Deadpool? Well, I don't think Hugh Jackman has a costume. I think it's Wolverine. And he should wear that one. Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be better if he does. They've got to come up with a way to make the Wolverine costume look cool. I'm going to get the new Monster Arts Godzilla. I'm going to try to get a review sample of it. I won't be buying it because that's not my favorite Godzilla anyway. And if it was up to me, if money was no object, I'd buy all of them. So I don't buy any of them. So no, unless I get a review sample. Are you auditory, visual, or kinesthetic type learner? I don't think I am specific to any one particular thing. I can listen, I can read, anything. In college, I barely read, and I was top of the class type of thing. So I didn't read much, though I could. I just listened to the professors, and then I guess I did read when I didn't go to class, or if they weren't doing a good job, I would teach myself. So I did a lot of reading, I guess, in that sense. I don't think I have a particular strength. I think I'm just generally spongy. I'm pretty good at learning. That sounds like a dumb thing to say, but some people aren't. As somebody who was a teacher, not everybody is good at learning, and I seem to have the gift of learning, so it just kind of comes naturally. Jay English says to hit the like button. I agree. You should do that. That's a good thing. CSYNN with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. As an Attack on Titan fan, I'm sad there isn't a lot of action figures of them. Lots of statues, yes, but basically zero figures. I didn't stick around with Attack on Titan after the first season, but the Figma figures are pretty solid. I would grab those if you don't have them. Thanks, Guy. I appreciate it. I think it would be cool if I have, by the time I'm dead, actually achieved my goal of having an action figure design studio with not only my own line of action figures, but projects for all these other licenses. That would be awesome. Here's the thing. I mean, that's the thing. That's the plan. Where did you go to college? I went to college in a private school that you wouldn't have heard of. It's a relatively small school in Ohio. And if I tell you what it's called, you'll think it's a different school because it shares the same name, but it is not the same school. But you will not have heard of it unless you're from Ohio, Northeast Ohio specifically. Are you going to review any more of the anime action hero line? That you mean like the $20 ones? Is that the one you're talking about? Anime Heroes? Is that what it's called? I think so. Maybe. They send me review samples sometimes, and sometimes I buy them, so maybe. Can't say. Do you have that Figma red? Yes, I have all of the SH figure arts and Figma Pokemon figures. Do you remember what you were using to learn Japanese? I've been teaching myself for a couple of years and was curious. Yes, there's a YouTube channel and a website called Japanese Pod 101. They're very helpful. and I was using an app on my phone. Oh crap, I just forgot the name. It used to be a lot better. Now it's not as good. One of the apps was called Memrise, Memrise. There's free and paid versions. I didn't pay. Used to be a lot better though. And there was one other app I was using. I can't remember it, but Japanese Pod 101 was, excuse me, was very good, very helpful. That's POD, Paul Oscar David 101.com. Japanese Pod 101. If you ever get the time to do it again, will you do another sculpting live stream in the future? I would like to do that regularly, and maybe I will once I'm out of the hectic age range for the baby. Like, she just turned 1, so I'm thinking I got another year at least of craziness. If I can get back to a scheduled time where I have like a chunk of time to just work on my project, then yes, I would love to do a live stream. It keeps me regimented. So possibly, very possibly. I was not a science teacher. I went to school to be a social studies teacher. So all the governments, politics, history, geography, all of that kind of stuff is what I went to school for. I ended up teaching mostly history, but also math, because they also took a lot of math courses and they needed math people. And I had enough qualification to do it. So mostly social studies, we'll call it, history predominantly, but government and that kind of stuff too. And math. I taught math. Surprisingly, I taught math more than I taught social studies while I was doing that, until I stopped doing that to do this. I'm not going to get into politics here, just because I don't think there's any point. Nobody's mind is going to be changed, and people come to these kind of things to get away from all that stuff. And I'm thinking most people might have a good sense of where I fall just based on the way I conduct myself. But if not, then that's okay, because it's not important to what we're doing here. Wizards of the Coast used to do Pokemon cards, and then Hasbro had a license on Pokemon, but not entirely. But Wizards of the Coast hasn't done Pokemon cards in a long time. I thought they switched over to a new company like 10 years ago. Or maybe that's when Hasbro was involved. I don't know. I haven't followed these things at all. That guy, considering your position as a reviewer, are there any prerequisites on receiving review samples? Is there a required amount of video subs? It's dependent on the company. For instance, like NECA, I was getting NECA review samples when my channel was still tiny. Granted, most channels were still tiny compared to what they are now, but still. And then other companies, like, let's say, maybe you guys have heard of Elgato, Elgato. They make streaming gear for like video game streamers and things like that. I tried to get something from them once, and they said you need to have 200,000 subscribers or 250,000 before we do anything. And I said, that doesn't make sense, because this number of subscribers doesn't translate to anything. It's the viewership that counts. Anyway, every company has their own stuff, so there's no way to say. Favorite thing about being a father? My daughter turns 1 in July. Oh, so you're in the thick of it right now. Good luck, man. My favorite thing about being a father, I don't know. I mean, she's wonderful. Having a kid is wonderful. It's the most significant, most important thing you can do. Short of like something that affects, like, let's say you did develop a cure for cancer, that could be sort of more significant, because it's going to affect millions and millions of people. But let's say individually, directly, there's nothing more important you can do, more long lasting, whatever you want to say, than having a kid. So it's a serious thing, and it's wonderful. It's just also very crazy. Do I sell some of my figures? You mean like my collection stuff? Well, I do purges from time to time. Like, everything right here is going to be sold soon, except for the Darwins. Those are for the giveaways. But yeah, I'll be doing a sale soon to purge out some stuff I don't want in my collection. Are you going to get any of the premium Beast Wars repaints? What are we talking about? You mean like that Optimus Megatron 2-pack? Is there more than that? I'm getting that 2-pack. because I'm a sucker. I hope they don't do more. I never even tracked down the Netflix version of Optimus because lazy and money. Your boy's gonna be 1 in a week. You guys are like right on track. Mine just turned 1 like 2 weeks ago. You guys know what's up, what's going on. Interested in Jack's Pokemon figures. I don't know. I have the birds. I haven't reviewed them yet. Can you see? Maybe you can't. No, you're not gonna be able to see. I got the legendary trio. I think that's Jack's. I don't remember who makes them now. I'm a teacher. Did you ever display figures by your teacher desk? No. When I was teaching, I had, I wanted my students to know nothing about me at all. I'm of the mindset like teachers used to be, where they don't even know your first name, but other teachers were not on board and they just told the students my name, which was annoying. And then they anyway. No, I didn't let my personal life have anything to do with my teaching. But they ended up finding out about my YouTube channel. I denied it, but anyway, no, I didn't have anything like that. Yeah, viewership and engagement as well as video retention time is what matters. Well, yeah, I mean, it's cool to have 100,000 subscribers or whatever, but if you're getting no views, then it's pointless. So some companies, at the time at least, they didn't get it. Advertising on social media or whatever you want to call YouTube was new at the time, give or take. And so they didn't really get it. I think companies are getting a little more hip to it, though. So I think their standards are dropping some degree. I think. Yeah, I'll be reviewing the Berserk figures for sure. Do you plan to have more kids? Nope, one's enough. If I was younger, I'd have more. If we had twins, it would be best because then you could just get it all done at once. It would be hell for a year or two, but then it's all done and you have 2 kids. I would ideally have 2 for them to socialize with each other. But too old. Too old. Do not want to do it again. Where do I sell? I make a video on YouTube and tell you guys what I have for sale, and then you pay with PayPal. That's how I do it. I guess I could use my website to sell. Not my Anthony's Customs website, my sale website, but not for my collection. That's too many things. Pain in the ass. I do a very an unorthodox sort of sale. The way I handle my sales for my collection purge is I say, these are all the things I have. I am not going to charge full eBay price, but I'm not selling them to give them away. I need to make my money back as much as I can. So you email me, tell me which things you want with the understanding that I'm going to sell just below eBay pricing. And the more you buy, the better the deal I can give you. So you email me, tell me what you want, and I'll give you the price. If you like it, good. If not, I'll move on to the next person. It's a pain in the ass for me. It might be easier for me to just put prices down, but then I can't as easily give you guys as good of deals. So I like to bundle. If I can bundle, I give a lot of a better discount because that way I don't have to ship as much. But anyway, that works out. That's how I've always done it. People complain, but not the people who buy the things, or me. There's a Rhinox and a Scorponok. Those ones are not premium repaints though, are they? Your daughter's 4, you wish she was still 1. How? 4 can't be harder than 1. They can eat real food and not fall over and hurt themselves all the time. That has to be easier. Where is my cat? Locked out of the room. And I have more than 1 cat. Am I going to see Rise of the Beasts? Yeah, probably whenever it's on streaming. Yeah, kids are really cute. Like, my daughter's adorable. She's the cutest baby ever. I showed you guys last time. And she's wonderful. But, like, right now we're dealing with the getting her to eat real people food thing. And it's just a pain in the... Everything is a pain in the ass. Sponge, I'll probably have to message you because I haven't been able to keep up on everything as much as I would have liked. I just got a Tarantulas figure. I guess it's part of their deluxe, what is it, Generations line? Is it deluxe? I don't remember. I bet you critiqued their test homework with the same harshness of a bad ML figure. No, the thing is, like, things are either good or bad, or when you're grading, it's either right or wrong. There's no harshness involved. You know? Jinrai, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Did somebody comment something that I didn't say, or comment? Did they say something? I'm not sure if you're referring to what I said, because what I said was I did just do my job. I didn't. Yeah, okay, Randall. I guess we'll see. I mean, I understand there's going to be different challenges along the way, and obviously I haven't done it yet. I'm just saying right now there's a whole lot of pain in the ass type stuff with a kid at this age. Cloth metal slug figures, they look good for what they are, not my thing though. My thoughts on scalpers that buy a pallet of figures from sites that don't set purchase limits and then resell them. I don't. Here's the thing. Anybody that has an unfair advantage when it comes to scalping, that's wrong. I don't like that. Anybody that can just go buy stuff the way you and I can, they won, we lost. We could have done it. We could have bought ours. We didn't. They got in there first, so they win. They don't set the price. The people paying the prices set the price on a luxury item, always. Even when you're dealing with corporations, Hasbro can't sell you something that you're not willing to buy. And if you stop letting them know that you're willing to buy it, they have to either stop selling altogether or reduce the price. That's the only way it works. Always has been, always will be. Scalping is not a problem of the seller. It's a problem of the buyer. So unless, like I said, if there's an unfair advantage, if they're using bots, if they're an employee doing something, those things are wrong. But if it's just a regular person, the problem lies completely with the buyer. Don't pay the prices. They can't sell them for too much, and then they'll be selling them for the same price they bought them for, because nobody will be paying more than that. That's how that works. Roach Dog Jr. Don't have a question. Just want to say you're among the best reviewers on the platform. You keep it real and entertaining. Keep it up. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I'm guessing Rise of the Beast is going to be terrible for the Beast Wars. I don't think that they will do the characters justice at all. I don't think the movie's going to be good, but I'll see it eventually, because why not? I'm going to review all of my recent Beast Wars purchases. I have all of them. Anything that came out that was not like one of the spin-off characters that was just a repaint or whatever, I have. All the new versions. But I haven't reviewed any of them. I will eventually if I run out of stuff to review. But see, here's the thing. My students liked me because I was a good teacher. And I treated them the right way. And I conducted my class appropriately. And they liked me for that. And that's fine. If your teacher wants to share hobbies and some kids like that hobby, then that's fine. Your teacher can do that. That's perfectly acceptable. I just wanted to do my job, and I did my job really well. And my kids respected me for that and liked the class as a result. I was able to turn a history class into a class kids liked to come to without being their buddy. It was probably the strictest class they had in terms of behavior, in terms of what was going to happen during the class, in terms of lesson plans, all of that. But the kids all liked it. Kids need structure. Kids need guidance. Kids need role models, and they need to learn at school. That's what it's about, and that's the way I did it. Anyway, James, hey, how's it going, James? Evening, Anthony. Did you see Hiya Toys finally put their Judge Dredd up for pre-order? I did. I think they will send me a review sample. Probably. If they are going to be sending review samples of that figure, I don't think they send everything out always, but if they are, I think I'll get one. And I hope that their pleather clothing doesn't make it a turd. We'll see. Okay, that's what I thought, Jinrai. I wasn't sure. You can relate to the students and have connections without telling them about your personal life. Especially if the personal life is completely unrelated to what you're doing. Like, kids are going to be on sports teams or whatever, so you can relate on that front. You can relate about school. You can relate about things. You can relate to your students plenty of ways. I don't think it needs to be about your personal life. And obviously, you're still just a person, so your personal life will come through. Personal life will come through in some way. But my thing was to not do that as much as possible. Wait, did you the baby? I don't know what you're asking me. Donald, I don't know what you're asking me. Are you watching the NBA playoffs? I am not. Would you be interested in reviewing third-party figures like Felix Toys? I don't know what Felix Toys is. I have reviewed some third-party stuff. I am interested in it to the degree that I can get review samples, but I don't generally buy third-party stuff. My favorite Soda Street Fighter figure. That's a good question. There are some really good ones. Guile's really good. Adon's really good. Strictly on quality, I might go with Adon. Birdie's really good too. So is T-Hawk. That's hard to say. There's some really solid ones. My personal favorite would be the preview exclusive Shin Akuma. I like that one though personally. All-time worst figure I've ever reviewed has to be, I'm gonna go down to that recent Black Suit Superman from Beast Kingdom. I think that's the worst. Then 3A Master Chief, and then maybe Purunga. I don't have 2 or more Figma Trainer Red. I don't stock up on these things. I have 1 for my collection. I don't have Ice Kirby either. I don't know what the values are anyway. It's not like I follow eBay. I don't know what values are for things off the top of my head. I'd have to check eBay to see what they are. And then that's what I sell less than when I do my sales. Have you ever played the old Sierra Point ad-click adventure games like Space Quest and Gabriel Knight? Those don't ring a bell. I did play a lot of the early internet, like online games, like freearcade.com. I don't even know if that's still a thing, but that was a thing when the internet was new. That was fun, the good old days. Where they had like different candy-based games, like billiards and stuff, and it was like advertising. I played those things. I don't know what you're referring to though, sorry. Actually, the Tarantulas figure looks pretty solid. I haven't taken it out of the package yet, but it looks good. How did your students find out about your channel? I don't know. No, my coworkers didn't know. I didn't tell people about that. It wasn't that big of a channel at the time. I only had like 18,000 subscribers or something like that. I don't know how the students found out. Maybe one of them happened to watch. It's not out of the realm of possibility and recognized me. I don't know. I don't know. My favorite Storm Collectibles figure, probably the exclusive version of Sagat. Yeah, Randall, I was going to say the zipper on Dread doesn't look great. It's a very, very big zipper. I'm not big into Titanfall. I don't get why people love it so much. It's like the most... People love the game, yet no one plays it. Nobody plays it. And they're all mad that it's not more popular. Well, it's like because nobody plays it. That's why. You love the shirt? Oh, thanks. I bought it. I didn't buy it. This is well, did I buy this one? I might have bought this one. Some of them I buy, some of them they send me to do my ads. Okay, let me get caught up on the questions real quick. Do an updated top 100 figures of all time list. I haven't done that. I did top 100 figures of the decade, so I wouldn't quite be able to update that. White Wolf, good. Glad you liked it. So that's the thing is, that guy is I don't buy the third-party stuff, especially if it's things like Super Saiyan 5. They're cool, but I don't like that they're not paying the licensing fee to the people who created the stuff. So it's very ethically questionable what they're doing, and I don't like that. So are those Ghost Riders behind you? Over here? That's Darwin. This right here is Darwin. Bunches of Darwin. Mortal Kombat Reptile. That's a good one. I can't imagine just watching action figure videos. I don't know what that means. Why do you think Marvel Legends went the deep end? I don't know what you mean. Oh, and finding out my teacher was a reviewer. Yeah. B Silk, thanks for the support. Have a good one. Do I trade action figures with other collectors? No, because there's not much I need. There's not many things I don't have in my collection that I need. Would Jensen Ackles make a good Batman? I think so, although he's a little small. He's not very tall, but I think he could pull it off. My brother played Fall of Cybertron, and I watched him play the whole game, so I'm familiar with it, and I have that new Optimus coming. I mean, I don't think it's completely new, but I have that Optimus coming. Favorite Spawn figure ever? There aren't that many. So, one of the ones I reviewed recently. Yes, I did hear about the guy that cheated Nintendo, and Nintendo went hard on him. Not going to review the 40k figures. My cheesiest guilty pleasure trash movie. I like the early Fast and Furious movies. I don't know why McFarlane's all about Batman, but I like Batman, so it's okay. I just wish they'd make some good figures. I don't make and sell custom figures. I made them per commission, but now I just make the parts for you guys. Okay, time to do the giveaway. Here's how this works. All right. As is customary during these live streams, once a month, I give away an exclusive, one-of-a-kind, not really, there's going to be like 10 of them, 10 or 11, because I missed a month, so there's not going to be 12. But once a month, I give away a signed Darwin. This isn't exactly what it's going to look like. This was me just testing out the silver marker that I use. It's gonna be a signed Darwin. There's gonna be a signature somewhere over here, and I think I did it down here. I'm gonna number it something out of 10. I've given away 2 so far, so tonight's will be 3 out of 10. I think there's 10. I think I'm gonna give away 10 of them. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. Otherwise, some people are gonna have 1 and 2 out of 10, and then the other ones are gonna have like 3 out of 75. Who knows? I'm gonna get the numbers wrong. It doesn't matter. I made it up. It's a fake thing. But I'm giving away a Darwin every stream, and how we do this is I'm gonna tell you. I'm going to post it. I'm going to tell you very specifically what to type and where to type it. And I will have a random picker pick somebody who did that, and then they will win. And that's that. It's super easy. Is it US only? I don't know. Did I say it was US only before? I think it should probably be US only, because shipping could be like $50. That would be rough. They're not AFA graded. They are Best Buy graded. Actually, the ones I got from Best Buy came in pretty good condition. But no, they're in whatever condition they were in when I was able to buy them. I never got Gunslinger Spawn because I don't care about cowboys all that much. Yeah, his name is Bowser. That's pretty cool. Okay, so here's how this works. On today's video, you have to go to my upload today, which is a Batman review. It has to be my upload today. All right? The video review that I uploaded earlier this day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. Okay, you have to go to that video and type this. All right? It has to be this. Do the caps the way I do them. Okay, just in case. I don't think it matters, but just in case, if you want to be entered, you have to do the caps and everything exactly the way I'm doing it. We'll do it this way. We'll just do this. There we go. It's the one from today. It would be the Earth 2, the red and black Batman. It's not MacFarlane or McFarland. It's McFarlane. It's amazing how many people get that wrong, though. I will be selling that Batman figure. I don't know what it's going to be. Whatever eBay prices are minus some is what I'll sell it for. Okay, so this is what you have to type in today's review. Hashtag or #, whatever you want to call it. Darwin wins. No spaces, capitalize the D, capitalize the second W. Okay? That's what you have to type. I watched all of Game of Thrones until maybe the last season or maybe the last few episodes. I don't remember. And it's fine. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I think it's highly overrated. I think it's not anywhere near as good as most people say it is, which would be the same thing as saying it's overrated. You're talking about the Fusor as Deputy Beagle. They weren't my thing. I liked Silverbolt. I liked Tigerhawk. Is that his name Tigerhawk? The Tigerhawk? The one that came back with the 2 sparks of Tigertron and Airazor? Whatever. I liked those. Quick Strike was okay. Who else was there? Was there anyone else? See, I liked Silverbolt's cheesy heroic thing. Yeah, I liked a few of the characters from Game of Thrones, but overall, it wasn't Tigerbot. No, Silverbolt's the dog with the feathers, but then later on, there's another character that's way badass, like super badass, and I think it's called Tigerhawk. No, it's not Silverbolt, guys. Way later on, the 2 sparks from Airazor and Tigertron like turn into one. Yeah, I'm right. Jinrai explained it exactly. Super cool character. Really, really cool character. Okay, let's do the giveaway. I have to go here. I'll do that here. All right, give me a second, guys. I have to get this all situated. Uh-oh. The website I use isn't working. Okay, it's working. All right, give me a second. Hey, Seymour Bush sent a $4.99 super chat while I was away looking at something else. It says, I wish a company would finally make figures of the original Teen Titans cartoon. Is there an entity you feel would make a fortune in figure sale? Is there an entity you feel like would make a fortune in figure sale? I'm sorry, I'm not getting your question there. I'm not that familiar with the Teen Titans cartoon either. Sorry. Rampage wasn't a Fusor, neither was Depth Charge. Okay, so let me get this giveaway done. All right, no duplicates. We're gonna do this. It's Darwin wins. Right? Darwin wins. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna switch over so you guys can see what I'm doing, so that you know there's no funny business. I'm not giving it to my friends or family. I don't know. I don't have friends or family on here. All right, there's no way for me to do that anyway. So here we go. So it's gonna go through this video, which is today's video. That's the URL, and it's filtering it out by this phrase, Darwin wins. If you type that in that video, it's gonna be one winner, and all I have to do is click this. Oh, I have to do this first. Okay, so there are 57 of you who entered for this giveaway, and now we're gonna click this. That guy is the winner of the 3rd ever super exclusive Darwin giveaway. That guy, are you still out there? That guy, you will need to message me on social media, on my email, some way. You need to message me proving that you are the person that made that. that you are the person that owns that account, okay? And then we will arrange for you to get your free Darwin, your special Darwin. Okay? All right, that's the giveaway done. So anybody who wants to leave, you can leave. We're going on 2.5 hours now. We'll probably start wrapping it up, which means it'll probably go another half hour. And then that'll be that for this month. All right, so let's go ahead and do some more reading of the chat. Okay, for those of you who were unclear about how to win the thing, I suggest next month you do what I say and post it in the video. It has to be in the video I tell you to post it, which is not the stream. I can't do the live stream. Doesn't work. I don't think it works. You know what? Let's test it. Let's see if it works. We're going to do a fake one right now just to see if it works. This doesn't count. Nobody's getting this. How do I even get to my own live stream? I know how. Do I know how? I don't know how. There we go. All right, you might hear an echo for a split second. Or there might be an ad playing and I muted it. All right, we're going to test this out. We're going to see if I can do it on a live stream, in which case I'll do that next time. But this time I was pretty clear. I said in the Batman video from today. Yeah, Depth Charge and Protoform X was a really good art. I think Beast Wars is a wonderful, wonderful series. All right, so we're going to try this again. I'm just going to test it, see if it works with the live stream. Yeah, you can't do it on the live stream because there's no commenting on the live stream. It doesn't pull from live chat. So it doesn't work on the live stream. Okay. That's what I thunked. And I thunked correctly. So I was right. I told you guys how to do it. And you should have done it that way if you wanted to win. That guy, make sure you message me. All right. Besides your own line, once that ball gets rolling, given the chance with licensing, price, etc., what character game property would you like to take a crack at making your own version of? Street Fighter. Number 1, for sure, Street Fighter. Number 2, Mortal Kombat. Fighting games are the best for iconic characters to make action figures of. Number 3, I think Small Soldiers would be super fun to work on. I was never even, like, I liked the movie as a kid, but who cares? But I think it would be fun to do. So I would like to do Small Soldiers. Maybe that's not number 3. I would like to do other video game things like Earthworm Jim and Battletoads before that. Basically video game stuff, straight through. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Love your channel. Thanks, Danda, man. I appreciate the support. You've been around for forever, so I appreciate the continued support. Have you been recognized in real life from your channel? Yes, at toy shows and conventions, never outside of those things. I have been in places where someone looks at me like they seem to stare for a while, and I'm thinking, I wonder if they're going to say something about the channel. But it could just be that I'm 6'5", I'm a large person, so I stand out and I wear colorful shirts. So they might have just been looking at me. Or maybe they were like, ooh, what's that over there? Who knows? But no, I've never been approached anywhere outside of a toy related thing. Okay, I do want to put this out there. If you leave immediately after the giveaway is over, you are banned from everything forever. I'm joking, but that's not cool. I get it, but it's not cool. But really, if you're staying around this long for a free Darwin, you are dedicated. It may be a little sad. Beast Machines was also super slept on. It was kind of ugly, but great. I agree. At the time, I did not like Beast Machines that much. I didn't like the change in direction. I didn't like the story. I didn't like anything. As an adult, I do like it more than I used to. I still think Beast Wars is far superior, but Beast Machines has grown on me, and there are some really cool things. Yeah, some things are awesome about it. Other things are still pretty bad. Is Instagram Anthony's Customs, is Instagram fine? Yeah, I don't care. Message me however you want. That's fine. Oh, That's a good one. Kaiser Kaiju says Darwin sniffs kids. He does. He does. He does indeed. I cannot, Jeff Morris. You are right. I didn't think I could, but I figured I'd try it since people were getting confused. I have not seen the Mario movie. I will as soon as it's streaming. I don't have time to go see movies, guys. Plus, I think they cost a lot now. So, no. Any advice for asking NECA product samples on which way should I contact them? Nope, I don't have advice on that. Because I contacted them a million years ago through their website when they had a form to do that. So I have no idea. I don't even talk to them anymore. That's some PR company that doesn't do their job. So I have no idea. I'm sorry. But yeah, I can't even get I can't even get samples right now, even though I've been getting them for over a decade. So good luck. Beast Wars remake in traditional animation. No, I don't want a remake. I want a Blu-ray release of the existing Beast Wars. That's all. That it would not be the same. I would watch it if they reanimated it. That would be cool, I guess. But I would need the exact, like, they'd have to use the old voice lines. I got it, White Wolf. Thanks. I'm sure you figured that out by now. I don't walk around with guns, Travis. What do you think? I'm just going to the store holding toys and guns? That's not a thing. I don't do that. That would be weird. What state do I live in? Ohio. Favorite NECA Predator, Scar Predator. Or, yeah, Scar Predator. I like the AVP ones the most. If you could recommend any Dragon Ball SH figure art that I could buy, what would it be? Cooler is really good. Super Boo is really good. The Brolys are fun. Would you collect an import company Matrix line? Sure, absolutely. My favorite Marvel Legends figure? I don't know. I don't know. That's hard to say. Can you show the package of one of your Beast Wars figures? I'm curious if it's the same line I'm talking about, because I know they have been No, I'm not buying the re-releases. I'm not buying the old toys that they're charging full price for now. I'm talking about the new upgraded designs, upgraded figures, the brand new figures, like Generations or from the what is it? Whatever those movies on Netflix were, or series on Netflix, those ones. It's not the... I don't even know where they are. I think they're on the other side of that pile over there. But like I said, I can't get up lest I have a wedgie or like my love handles are hanging out. I can't. It could be horrible if I go backwards and you guys are looking at my ass. It could ruin everything forever. So can't risk it. But no, I'm not collecting the remakes of the old figures. I already have all the old figures, so I don't need to. Plus, I think that's a ridiculous thing that they're charging full price. San Diego resident, yes, I have been to Comic-Con multiple times, many times, in fact, and I would continue to go if I get to go for free. According to Comic-Con, they give me a professional badge every year. But I can't get hotels anymore because the way they changed the way it works. They changed the way it works. I can't speak. Now it's random if you get a hotel or not, and I haven't had any luck. Back when it was just get on right away and do it, I got one every year. Now I can't. It's very annoying. Who's messaging me? It's a spam post from some guy named Mista Pistols. Oh well, I'll just delete that. I'm guessing that was that guy messaging me to say who he is. Okay, so I have reviewed Darwin already. Darwin would make a good president. Well, he does have some of the right qualities. I haven't been to a movie theater since I saw Avengers Endgame. That might be true for me too. I don't know for sure, but that's very possible. No, I think I've seen a few things since then. Anthony, how can I get a shoddy bay? Probably stop using the words shoddy and bay. That might help. Are you going to review the new Guts and Griffith? Yes. Do you have any advice for a person who's trying to build an action figure from the ground up? You better learn how to sculpt. If they did remake Beast Wars, it would pander to today's younger audience. No. I don't want them to do that. I want them to remake it. Kind of like they did with, well, no, even with the new Resident Evil games where they like Resident Evil 4, as far as video game remakes go, is perfection. Wonderful. They changed a few things to make it better, but otherwise it's just new graphics and updated gameplay to make it better of what it was. It's perfect. But for Beast Wars, because it's not interactive, you don't need all that. Use the exact same voices, keep the voices, update the visuals, update the other sound effects. That's it. Don't change anything else. Keep the script, keep the dialogue, keep all of the voice work the same. That's what I want. Do I prefer NECA's masked or unmasked? That's tough. The masks are cool, but unmasked heads do have more detail and whatnot, so I'm torn. Am I near Youngstown? Relatively. I'm 30 minutes east of Cleveland. I will definitely be getting the Soul Calibur Storm figures. Gary Chalk as Primal is key. Yes, I don't want him to change the voices at all. I would be happy. I've been asking for a remaster, just a Blu-ray version of it for a long time. But if they do new visuals, that'd be sweet. But they have to keep the voices the same. What they did for that new series where on Netflix, it was horrible. The voices were absolutely abysmal. I got it, that guy. I'll message you after this or tomorrow. Are you a fan of the Last Airbender? No, I haven't watched it. Or read it? I don't know. I haven't been involved in that. At 6'5", have you been mistaken for Vince Vaughn? No, because believe it or not, height is not the key thing for confusing people. You know? Usually has something to do with the looks more so than the height. All right, let's go. Have you met a lot of other reviewers in person? I have met a handful of them in person back when I started doing YouTube stuff. Back in the day, in like, let's see, 2012. Yeah, 2012, I think, is when I met a handful of other YouTube reviewers. Am I going to review Mezco Ghost Rider? Nope. Don't buy Mezcos. By any chance, have you reviewed Nightstorm Scarab Predator from the Necker? I cannot do this anymore. You guys are watching my cognitive decline as... Oh, nope, can't make that joke or YouTube will take it down. From NECA, the Kenner line, Nightstorm, Scarab Predator. No, I don't even know what that is. See, ever since they started going, NECA stopped sending me review samples directly and went with this PR company. I don't know anything that's going on with NECA. It's very annoying. The lady I used to work with was wonderful, and then she left, and then the person I was working with was okay, and now it's this company that's just terrible. Did I like Street Sharks as a kid? I didn't watch the show, but I had the toy of the blue one with, I think he had purple stripes and like orange and black or yellow and black rollerblades. Yeah, I liked that figure. I bought that at a flea market we did at our school, in elementary school. They're like, bring stuff in and you can sell it and trade with other people and learn about bartering and stuff. And I sold a mini pool table. And I bought a Street Sharks figure. The mini pool table was like that big. It was way cooler than the Street Sharks figure. I should have kept it. Randall, Anthony, that Purunga review, gotta say, man, it's review comedy gold. My girl and I reminisce about it. Classic. It's $300 for that plastic. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. And then people are like, those balls should light up better. It must be your batteries. I checked. I swapped out the batteries. It didn't look good on camera compared to what it does in real life, but it still looks like crap in real life. The only way it looks good is if your camera does some kind of thing. Like if you're, I had somebody send me a video of like with their phone, they recorded it, and I'm thinking it definitely darkened everything and brought out the brightness of the balls. The camera had to have done that because mine are clearly working. It's just bad. Anyway, it's bad. It's just that bad. You look like the guy that played Sabretooth. Liev Schreiber? I don't think so. Don't think so. My brother used to look like Ben Roethlisberger. I have gotten compared to a lot of different people. I don't personally agree with this. And you can tell that it's probably not accurate based on these different people not looking alike. But I'll take this one. I think this one is fairly accurate. This was back when he was young and popular. Dane Cook. There are some definite similarities in bone structure. Dane Cook, Paul Walker, Ryan Reynolds. I don't think those second ones at all, other than blue eyes, and my hair is blonde, but it's dark blonde. So I don't think those two at all. But I have gotten those. Never got Liev Schreiber before. NECA and McFarlane are my two favorite toy companies right now. SUV or minivan? SUV. I did have a minivan for a while. They're super practical. You can haul all kinds of stuff in a minivan. Best system of all time? PC. Haha. No, probably Xbox 360. But Nintendo 64 was pretty awesome. See you later, Guy LaDouche. Have a good night. And any chance you're going to review the World Tour Goku? If I can buy one. I'm not going to be able to buy one at the place because it's in New York. So I'm going to have to track one down unless somebody in New York out there can do me a solid. But I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I drive an SUV now. Before that, it was a sports car. Those days are gone. What does your extended family think about your channel? I don't know. I don't know. I think they think it's cool what I do because I get to work for myself. I get free stuff sometimes, and I work for myself. Mostly playing with toys as the outside world would see it. So I think they think it's cool. They've never expressed anything other than vague, slight interest. Some of them haven't even asked me about it at all, even though they know what it is. So I don't know. I do not plan to review more wrestling figures. Sorry. Did you get the TMNT Armored Ronin version? Or Ronin Armored version? No, they didn't send me a review sample and I haven't found it in stores and I haven't decided to buy it at Big Bad Toy Store. Did you see the... Yes. I don't want die-cast parts on Cooler. He would be way too heavy. The joints wouldn't be able to hold it. But I commented about him in the very beginning. Greetings from Argentina. Thanks, Medrano Diego. Are you going to get the new Jada Toy Street Fighter? Yes. Your balls work fine, James? Well, that's good to hear, but Purungas were definitely lacking. Yeah, well, like I said, the Dane Cook comparison was when he was younger, and therefore when I was younger also. David Harbour? No, I don't think so. Ryan Gosling? See, I've had that one before too, but I didn't even want to say it because I think that's like the least of all of them. But hey, you know what? If people want to compare me to attractive men in Hollywood, I'll take it. I'll take it. No, I don't get crap from anybody for anything because I handle my business. No, nobody's ever said anything to me, family or friends, for collecting. I think it has this How would I put it? I don't know. I don't think people care. I don't think people think it's that weird, honestly. It's well, I don't think they were talking about Dane Cook's comedy, but he was pretty funny when he started. Are you into martial arts? I am not. I mean, I have never learned them, if that's what you mean. Do I think they're cool? Yes, I do. Is Hasbro threatened by Diamond Select? No. Different licenses. They're not directly competing. I mean, obviously, every toy company is competing with every toy company to some extent, but no, they're not competing. All right, guys, I think we may wrap this up. What are the numbers looking like? Yeah, it's a good amount of you still here. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, pop it in the chat and we'll try to talk about it. I could go for another 15 minutes or so. Let's see. Do you ever feel FOMO when doing reviews, or do you take the attitude of I get to it whenever? I'm not sure what you're asking, Travis. Are you talking about not getting things reviewed fast enough? I'm not sure. I review things every day, and I haven't reviewed old product in years, so I'm reviewing things as fast as I can. And I can't get everything that comes out immediately when it comes out, and even if I could, I can't review them all at the same time. So I go as fast as I can, and that's as much as I can do. Have you read Rich Dad Poor Dad? I have not. I've been watching your video since 2015. That was a good year. That's when I switched over to better products, better camera. I mean, better products, better production quality, cameras and whatnot. Having a good time and saving some money with your reviews. Keep up the good work. Anthony will always be here to support you. Thanks a lot for the support, Diego. Appreciate it. Just here for the voice. You like my voice? Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Would you say Jada Street Fighter figures come close to Soda's level of quality? Don't know. Don't have them yet. Maybe. Soda was a standout when they came out, though. These guys are probably going to stand out, but everything else is hitting rock bottom, so I don't know if they're going to stand out in the same way. Mellow Mana. Apologies if this is already asked. What is your opinion on the Diamond Select Classic cap? It looks awful. It looks like hot trash garbage. Dumpster fire level bad. It's horrible looking. Toy Biz will not make a comeback. They won't make Marvel Legends again either, because there's no way Hasbro's giving up that license. Anyone ever call you Tony or just Anthony? I don't tell them to call me Tony, so they don't. Only people in YouTube comments have called me Tony, and I have told them that's not my name. I always find it weird when somebody who isn't close with you calls you something that's not your name. Now, it's different if you say something like the GOAT or general terms like captain or chief, or I know those can be used sarcastically, but those kind of terms, sure, fine, whatever. But to call somebody a different version of their name, like if you knew a William and he didn't know you, there was no personal connection, you just knew of him, and then the first time you talk to him, you call him Bill. That's weird. But yeah, I've had weird people call me Tony. I tell them that's not my name. It says my name at the top of the channel. It says my name on the website. It says my name on the video. It says my name everywhere that you're looking. It's weird that you would call me something different. I find that very strange. So no one calls me Tony. My dad and I had the same name, like the full name. He went by Tony. I do not. What type of toys do you actually fiddle with, play with the most? I'm not sure if you're making a joke or asking a serious question, but I don't. If I'm not reviewing figures, I'm not likely handling them. once I have them on display, I might look at them, but I don't play with my toys outside of bath time. And if I can't tell you which ones I use at bath time. Okay, where are we at? James, have you ever considered investors for rival collectibles or just going the crowdfunding path? No investors, because I don't want people to own a portion of the company. I want to do crowdfunding because it's the most practical thing in terms of starting a business like this. There's the most upside for me and the most upside for you guys. I don't want to ever be beholden to other people if I don't need to, and investors would do that. You reckon the status quo will change with Jada Street Fighter line, or will things remain the same in terms of mediocrity among domestic lines? Hasbro's not changing until you guys stop, not you guys, till the general, whoever's doing it, until they stop buying that crap. Hasbro doesn't care what another company does. Hasbro is the biggest toy company. They used to fight back and forth. I think they've won. I think Hasbro's number one. Even if they're number two, that they're infinitely bigger, not literally, than Jada or anyone else. They don't care. The only thing they care about is the bottom line. If their stuff isn't selling, then they'll change. That's it. That's it. They don't care what other people are doing. Jada is nothing compared to Hasbro. In terms of size, I mean. Thoughts on ML Green Goblin and MJ 2-pack? Goblin's face is not good. It's close, and people are like, oh, it looks just like the show. It really doesn't. It's very wrong, actually. Story on your background theme. Are you talking about the music in the background of my reviews? The one that plays throughout the entire review? It's just your royalty-free music I got off YouTube. And the one in the beginning, it's royalty-free music I got off my video editing software when I started. That's all. Is a Storm Collectibles Ares better than Kintaro? I would say probably technically, maybe. Oh, Kintaro. I don't know. They're probably about the same technically. Which would I recommend? Whichever, like, those aren't really in competition. You have to pick which character you like more. They're totally different. Different sizes, different styles, different brands. I mean, that's totally up to you. Check the reviews, but I don't know. I've been pretty burned out with the expense and QC issues with Hasbro, Mattel, Super 7, McFarlane. It seems like NECA is the only company that tries to improve. There are a few others, but as far as the big names, yeah, I think you're probably right. Hasbro definitely doesn't care. Mattel, I don't collect anything they make anymore, but as far as I can tell, they don't care. And then McFarlane, they're back and forth. I don't know what they're doing. David Acosta says he was disappointed with Purunga. Expected him to grant wishes, but until I read the instructions. Yeah, they did say he will not actually grant wishes. It's pretty disappointing. All right, Honest Eagle says, Anthony, thanks for everything. You not only one of the best reviewers out there, but also one of the best people on YouTube. Oh, well, thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Might be going a bit far with one of the best people out there, but hey, I'll take it. There's some pretty impressive people out there on YouTube, but I'll take it. Thank you. Rocky, if ever Toy Biz will... Oh, I already answered that. Are you planning on reviewing more Marvel Select figures? Yes, perhaps. Please watch The Flash and provide us a review. I can't review movies I can't speak. I can't review movies anymore because nobody watches them. Not enough of you guys watch them. So can't do it. Call people the names they introduce themselves as. You would think that would be a normal rule that people understand, but people do not apparently understand that. It's Anthony S. Customs Esquire. You're right, Arthur. That is. See, like, okay, Ant is one thing because it is part of the thing. But even still, if you don't know me personally, if I introduce myself as Anthony, which I do in literally every video, you should call me Anthony. You know? Even if your name is Billy and someone calls you Bill. If they say their name is Billy, that's what you call them. That's just the way it works. People don't know how to be people anymore. Yeah, well, that's super weird. Especially when it's a significant change. Like Bill and Will are almost the same, minus one letter, but they're still pretty significantly different. Just like Anthony and Tony. Don't do that. Now, I could understand if your name is Richard, but I don't know why anybody would call Richard Tony anyway. Okay. Are there any other action figure reviewers that you consider your buddies? Buddies? Like actual buddies? No. I don't think so. I don't know. That's a tough question. I'm thinking right now off the top of my head. I don't watch any YouTube action figure reviewers. I might be buddies with some that I'm not thinking of right now just because I don't watch YouTube action figure reviews. But I might be buddies with someone who does do that. So I don't know. Maybe. So if you're out there and you are my buddy and you review action figures, don't think I'm saying no. In that sense, I'm just saying no because I don't know off the top of my head who I'm friends with who actually does reviews. Did you have nicknames growing up? Not really. I developed some in sports because I played defense in soccer. And so I was pretty good at it. And other teams started calling me the Wall because they couldn't get past me. So that was kind of a nickname, but not really. Where are we at? The line, that guy says the line between IRL and internet relationships is fairly muddy. Yeah, that's true. You can be friends with somebody online, like, where is he? I don't know if Lalam's still here. I've never met him in real life, but I've known him for like 15 years. So yeah, you can definitely be friends with people that you haven't met thanks to the internet. But even then, it would be weird if you were friends with somebody and then all of a sudden they started calling you a name that you didn't introduce yourself. It's still weird. Has anybody ever said I look like Michael Fassbender before? I don't think so. It was serious. I know, I was just joking, Jinrai. There are figures I probably would mess around with if I didn't work with action figures and then otherwise not touch them. But I don't have anything out. Like everything's in boxes for review that are either they have been reviewed, they need to be reviewed, or they're being reviewed, or they're in storage. I don't have just things out and about. Mattel's crowdfunding efforts, I know nothing about them. I haven't followed Mattel in a long time. Since they stopped doing DC stuff, I don't know what Mattel does other than wrestling. I guess they do wrestling, right? Is that it? I don't know. I don't like taking my Transformers back and forth. I guess that's a thing people like to do, going back and forth, like robot to car or whatever. Car to robot and back. I don't like it. I don't like transforming them. I would much rather all my Transformers be action figures. Like the Flame Toys ones. Yeah, I get that they're supposed to transform. That's cool. It is cool, engineering wise, but I don't need a toy dinosaur or a toy car. I want the character in its most character-like mode. So for me, I don't have any desire to go back and forth. Plus, they break and scratch and stuff. New cooler. I'm gonna pronounce your name wrong. Ayan Banerjee. Go to the very beginning of the video. I talked about cooler. And the next movie character I think I'd like to see is Janemba. But I would actually like to see Dabura next. As far as more obscure characters go. Do you keep all your figures or sell them off? I keep most of the figures. I sell off the things I review that I don't want to keep, whether they're review samples or just something I didn't end up wanting or whatever. And then I have a collection purge sale, which I'll be doing relatively soon. I'll be selling some stuff to you guys if you want to buy it. Frecky with a $4.99 super chat. I know that came in a little while ago. If your brother has kids, will you let those kids call you Uncle Auntie? No. That would be confusing because Auntie, if you spell that differently, it's the female version of uncle. See, Uncle Auntie? Yeah, I wouldn't want to confuse them. So no, I will not do that, and I don't think they'll do that. I'm not going to hang around his kids. I'm done with kids after mine. I don't want to be around any more kids. No more kids. One kid's enough. I am curious to your objective review on the recent Marvel Legends 3-pack Gambit, Banshee, and Psylocke. Yeah, I'm gonna review those soon. I have them. I had them in my Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot, and then I got rid of them because I didn't want to pay for them. I'll get them again, and then I'll review them. No Way Home Green Goblin looks cool. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it. I might get a review sample if I'm lucky, but I kind of doubt it. I haven't gotten a review sample from them in a while. I was supposed to, and then I just haven't heard from the guy. Alright. We're running out of time. It's 11 o'clock on the dot. I'm supposed to be ending it. DCUC ahead of its time? No. They were right at the right time. Yeah, I agree, Alice there. Hey, you've been around for a while. Thanks for tuning in. Most people don't put their Transformers in vehicle or alt mode, whatever you want to call it. My favorite books? I don't know. I haven't read in a long time, but I only read fiction. And I've read like all the Halo books. Those are really good. Lord of the Rings, I haven't finished reading those, but I like it. Yeah, it's, to me, William, it's weird. Anytime someone changes it, just don't. I think they think because William is the full version, it's official, but that's not up to them to decide. You tell them what your name is, that's what they go with. That's the rule. That's what it used to be. That's what it should be. Do I think the DC SH Batman is better than the Mafex Hush Batman? No, they're totally different. Totally different styles, price points, everything. You can't compare them. I will do more haul unboxing videos if I get enough stuff at one time to do it. Okay, that's it. We're going to be done at this point now. It's 11:02, which means I ran 2 minutes longer than 3 hours, which is a long time to be talking and answering questions. And I think it's time. I think it's time to call it for the month. We will be doing this again at the very last Saturday of next month, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We do this once a month, every month. I could do this all night and you guys could keep asking questions, but we have to draw the line somewhere. So save them for next month, okay? Cool your jets, calm it down. We'll do it next month. Thanks for tuning in, guys. For those of you who were very participatory, I appreciate it. For those of you just watching and lurking, I appreciate that. For those of you who did super chats, thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys being here and supporting the channel. So lots of appreciation going from me to you, and that'll be it for the night. So thanks for tuning in. Keep collecting, all that good stuff. I will see you guys next month. Well, I'll see you tomorrow because I review every day. But you know what I mean. Next month for one of these. Bye. Good night.